time. So I'm not going to attack him for this. I'm a dad. He's a dad. But I actually don't understand the point of this.
It would be like if one of your, you have a daughter, too, one of your 4 children, got a column at the Daily News and they wrote it in crayon. I mean, they're just not ready to write that column. And I talked to a couple of college coaches, Mike, who said, this kid couldn't come off the bench on my team in college.
Right.
And now he's coming off the bench for the Lakers.
Yeah, it's not like he earned a spot. I'll just leave it at that. It's not like he earned a spot. And I know why J.J. Redick is doing it. I can understand why the Lakers are allowing it. But even in 5 minutes a game, I mean, I think they even lost ground last night,
yes,
right?
They did. Yep.
In the handful of minutes when he was out. No, it's a stunt, and I bet you even Adam Silver is not entirely thrilled with Nepo baby.
I appreciate the way Mike described it too, because no one takes pleasure in sort of like poking at a father who wants to do something
and
loving.
Poking at a kid who doesn't seem like he's a bad kid.
Of course, like neither of them. I'm not angry at either of them. I just find the whole thing to be absurd.
Yeah, I wonder what's, if you could give Bronny truth serum, okay, and ask him how he feels about this, if he's comfortable with this, if this is the path that he wants to be on right now at this age, I'd be very interested to see what he had to say.
No, just going back to the World Series before we finish up, you mentioned the MVPs, and one of the MVPs is Giancarlo Stanton. And Mike,
my God.
I was thinking about asking you this all day because you've seen so much baseball. And I mentioned this on the Yes postgame show. I have never seen a player in all my time covering baseball, which is about 40 years, that could look so bad that you wonder why he's even in the big leagues.
You're talking playoff G, aren't you?
And then you see him during the playoffs or when he goes on one of those toots in the season that you go, wow, how did they get him out? Have you ever seen a player like this?
No, this is so unusual, and I mentioned this to somebody the other day. What he's doing now is why they brought him here in the first place.
Yeah.
This is what they imagined he would do when paired with Aaron Judge, except that what he's doing is a lot less surprising than what Judge is doing because he has been a much better postseason slugger than Aaron Judge has been. Maybe they would have beaten the Guardians without him, but we're never going to know. I mean, he was a game changer. He has been Mr. at least first half of October, and with those two guys hitting in front of him, the Dodgers are going to have to pitch to him, and he is so locked in, and he's making so much bad history in New York go away. All those missed games, all of the times when people were just saying, oh, my God, when can we get out from under the contract that we absorbed when he came here for the Marlins? This is something this is just a triumph delayed because this is who they thought they were getting. Because remember who they were getting. They were getting a guy who had just hit 59 home runs for the Marlins. He had done it in front of family and friends. But the fact was, no, it was different. It really kind of was different then. But here he is, and I don't know how you pitch to him with number 22 and number 99 hitting in front of him.
And that's what I don't understand about what I think Stephen Vogt might be the manager of the year in the American League. You've got Jazz Chisholm hitting behind him who hasn't been able to hit, and you keep pitching to him. And then after the game, you keep going, if I had to do it 100 times, I'd do it 100 times. Well, you'd be wrong 100 times.
Yeah. He'd hit even more home runs. No, it was a preposterous notion. Yeah, I'd do it again. Wait, what? The ball hasn't come down yet. What are you talking about? No, it's, and I'll have to say this, okay, and I don't know the guy. I've just watched how he's conducted himself, even through the bad times. And he never whined, and he never complained, and he never He never did the thing that Rogers did the other day. He never you guysed anybody. You know how I love it when people you guys us. You know, oh, you guys, can't listen to you guys. But he never did that. He just took it and obviously had some sort of inner belief that if I am ever completely healthy again, I will be myself again. And by myself, I mean the guy that they thought they were getting from the Marlins. No, I'm happy for him. He's conducted himself extremely well, and you know he took a lot for a long time in New York.
I'm going to tell you, I'm always honest with you, Mike, and I'm going to steal a line that you just used on a Yes post game show. A triumph delayed. I love it. I'm going to use it, and I'm not giving you credit.
Well, no,
you don't have to.
No, Michael. Michael, let me just remind you of something that a great old boxing promoter from Boston named Suitcase Sam Silverman once said, and I've always believed this. It's better to be stolen from than to have to steal, Michael.
Oh, wow.
But you know what? You're dealing with someone. I'm fine with stealing. So if it's better for you to be stolen from, and then we're good. We're both good.
Yeah, everyone's happy.
But wait. I stole you and changed the course of media history in New York from the New York Post. So I don't feel any compunction about stealing.
Great point.
Beautifully said. Mike, enjoy the World Series. Hopefully when we talk next week, it's still going on.
All right, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, thanks. That's Mike Lupica. Triumph delayed.
Yeah.
I like that.
The man should get into writing, in my opinion.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
He'd do great with
They
it.
should put this stuff down.
They should put what stuff down?
What he says.
Oh.
It should be recorded for history.
Let's go to Mac in Randolph. Mac.
Hey guys, thanks for letting me on.
You got it. What's up?
I just want to say I'm really excited for the series. After watching the Dodgers Mets, the Dodgers lineup definitely scares me a little bit. It just seems like unrelenting. So I'm curious how confident you are about it. And also, I just hate how long we have to wait. I don't know if this is every year where the World Series is like another week later, but it felt like there was so much baseball momentum, and it just kind of like came to a crash. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't. I understand what you're saying, Mac, but it shouldn't come to a crash. I mean, there's 2 weeks between the NFC and AFC championships and the Super Bowl, and that seems like it does just fine. Yeah, I worry a little bit about the length of the Dodger lineup, but I'm sorry. As good as they were against the Mets, I mean, are you really wetting the bed about Kike Hernandez? A great postseason player. Max Muncy walked an awful lot against. I worry about the top of their lineup like they worry about the top of the Yankee lineup.
But I think it's apples to wrenches comparing it to football because you only play once a week in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of odd to go from the everyday that we had to the delay. But the reason I like it is because you give a chance to hype it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a World Series that's deserved hyping. If this is for Major League Baseball, Rangers, Diamondbacks, yeah, let's get it started already. But this deserves to get at least, maybe this is a little too long, but it deserves a few days of hype.
But I give Major League Baseball credit. For those that don't know, they did have a contingency plan this year that if the ALCS and the NLCS ended in 5 games, then the World Series would have started much sooner. But the fact that the Mets won that Game 5 and forced a Game 6, that's why they had to wait until Friday. Otherwise, it would have started in the middle of this week. That's just the way it would have been. But it had to be both series ended in 5. The Yankees did their part. The Dodgers ended it in 6. But I'll tell you what, both teams are thrilled that there's this long layoff because both teams had to recalibrate their bullpen because the bullpen was absolutely exhausted. Dan Orlovsky is going to join us at 5 o'clock. But of most import right now, we got ourselves ENN. It's right now in the garage, ready to just start rolling.
Oh, you kidding me?
Yeah.
Fire it up, baby.
Peter just looked up at the clock. I think ENN took him by surprise.
It did.
I hope that you've got everything prepared.
Well, it's been bounced around the last couple of days.
Yeah, come on. It's hard. Not to mention this just happened.
Hey, that's my worry with the Yankees.
No.
Because of the...
No.
What?
Put your mic on.
You really took a lot of pleasure in that, right?
Well, I think he's proud that he saved the show.
But you still heard my voice anyway. It would have come. It would have come.
No, but
through.
you didn't know what was going on.
No, I didn't.
And I don't start the fight again. You and Don have had this fight, and I don't want you to have it. So
about what?
About why it happened. It's not. You guys haven't had the fight in a while,
because
but
you
it's
got to be TV boy.
It's a throwback to when you guys used to fight about.
But it's radio. I know it's beneath you.
I had
throw
a
some
headset
cans on.
yesterday,
and it didn't happen.
Well, because the mic was always on. The only here, let's really lift the curtain.
All right.
I actually went to Starbucks and got myself a beautiful iced tea.
Good for you.
Okay, because I like iced tea.
And I'm sure you picked up coffee for Don.
No, I didn't, because I don't know what he likes.
Okay.
What kind of food
Caramel,
he likes.
caramel macchiato.
So it's a cup full of ice. I never turn my mic off during the show.
But you didn't want to.
But I did, because I didn't want to have the iceberg thing that you always have. So I tried to protect the show from you.
What's better? Honestly, what's better?
I think me keeping the mic off.
Hold on. You think my ice jingle is worse than this?
Hey, that's my worry with the Yankees.
No.
It came out very clear.
Put your mic on. Unbelievable. Take the L.
Play it again. You got to take the entire
You got to
question.
take the L.
You gotta take the L.
No, I'm not taking the L. It didn't sound that bad. Not taking the L.
Let me tell you about something.
Yeah, why don't you?
This is super important.
There's a new side to Away, a side that's good looking and has all the features Away is known for. It's soft, not sensitive, but tougher than you might think. The wait is over.
Now arriving, soft side suitcases from Away.
Bonobos has one ambition, to make pants that fit. The kind of fit that helps you stand a little taller, walk a little prouder, and take on the day with a little more swagger. Because when the pants fit, the world sees it.
With Udemy, there's a world of possibility at your fingertips. With one click, you're in the leading online marketplace for learning and skills. Want to become an AI expert? This is learning from real-world experts around the globe. Want to awaken your artistic side? This is learning your way. Want to switch professions? Help your team reskill? This is Udemy, the power of possibilities.
1. These cuts have likely been sitting out all day long. 2. You have no idea when they were packaged or where they came from. That's why we choose to get our protein from ButcherBox instead. This is high-quality meat you can trust and enjoy. It's packed and conveniently sent straight to your door, so you don't even have to think about your next grocery trip. Stock up your freezer and whip up a quality meal every night by checking out ButcherBox.com.
Want to keep your hairline where it is? Through Hims.com, you can explore a range of options that work best for you, so you can grow visibly thicker and fuller hair in just 3 to 6 months. Keep it looking strong for years to come with doctor-trusted ingredients like finasteride, minoxidil, and a blend of supplements that support healthy hair. 3 in 4 Hims customers say they wish they started using hair treatment earlier. Get ahead now to keep the hair you love. Get started today at Hims.com.
We started to use Square. As we moved from one location to 2, we quickly realised that we needed better data so that we could customise the curation for each of the markets. Originally, we started with the KDS. By adding the Square Online for the full grocery offering, we hoped to grow sales about 20-25%. And we used the loyalty program, which has definitely generated a lot of repeat business. Since onboarding with Square, we've tripled the business. It's been fantastic.
If we weren't proud of the craftsmanship and level of detail that go into every pair of Warby Parker glasses, well, we probably wouldn't show you how they're made, including this part, which is our favorite. Wow. And this is also great. Each pair comes standard with lenses that are scratch-resistant, anti-reflective, and UV protective. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
System. Call 1-833-2-GUTTERS. Mesh filters sit on top of your gutters, building up debris and eventually clogging. Then they need to be cleaned too. Honestly, your home should have been built with LeafGuard gutters. LeafGuard's wraparound hood deflects debris and keeps water away from your home. The one-piece seamless system is strong, 20% thicker than average, and built to last. Plus, LeafGuard is guaranteed to never clog for as long as you own your home. Right now, get a complete LeafGuard system for only $99 down, $99 a month, and $99 installation. You'll also receive a $100 Visa gift card with a free gutter inspection and in-home estimate. Damage from clogged gutters can cost you thousands. Never worry about clogged gutters again. Don't wait, you've still got time. Call 1-833-2-GUTTERS today. That's 1-833-2-GUTTERS.
Yeah, I'ma bring the wow. Yeah. I'ma bring the wow. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow.
Lease a Genesis GV70 for $449 per month or get 2.99% APR. Exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
Visit linkedbylovetv.org to learn more about kidney disease, transplantation, and prevention. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
Chris Sharon back here for the Michael K. Show. The Boston Celtics picking up right where they left off is brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. It was the thrill of victory for the C's and the agony of defeat for the visiting Knicks, watching Boston sink an NBA record-tying 29 three-pointers. The Celtics took 31 more threes than New York and took 18 more shots in the game total, turning the Knicks over 12 times, leading to 19 points, while only turning over the rock 4 times themselves. And the Knicks only getting 2 points off those. Drew Holiday gave the Celtics their biggest lead of 35 here in the fourth quarter. Reigning MVP Jason Tatum finished with a game-high 37. Celtics win by 23. Now, Tatum went 14 of 18 from the field and 8 of 11 from downtown. He was one of 6 Celtics in double figures. Mikal Bridges, one of the newest Knicks, was a team-high minus 33 when he was on the floor. Celtics are in Washington tomorrow, while the Knicks are home for the Pacers on Wednesday. The Nets begin their season tonight down in Atlanta against the Hawks. Last season, each of these teams were fighting for the 10th and final playoff spot in the East. Atlanta eventually held off the Nets, but they were eliminated by the Bulls in the 9-10 games. The Nets will open up their home schedule on Sunday against the Bucks after visiting Orlando on Friday. Now, our coverage for the Nets game tonight begins with the pregame show at 7, followed by opening tip a little after 7:30. And don't forget, after the final buzzer, we'll have full post-game coverage as well. Ryan Rucco, Sarah Kustok, and Megan Triplett are on the call. It's the Nets and the Hawks tipping off the 24-25 season tonight. Coverage starting at 7, right here on Yes.
What'd you like?
And to Don.
The thing you don't do is make the call.
And to myself. Eagles game is not what it was. Excuse me.
No, but
it's a troubling sound that came out of me that day.
And in, because you could hear you swallow.
Eagles game is not what it was. Excuse me.
No, but
is that as bad as the Met thing?
No.
The Met thing was tough. No, that's. I don't know if I'll ever get up from the Met thing here. No, Mets. I'm in on. I'm on the.
What?
Oh my God.
It's a nice little compilation.
It really is. We do a lot of great things on this program. All right, guys, welcome to ENN.
Hey.
How's everyone doing?
Great. You?
I'm doing great.
Hey, can we give thanks to the people at Atomic Wings?
Please do right now.
They brought us great grub before the show.
No, they did.
It was a bacchanal of wings.
It really was.
Yeah. Don tasted every single kind of wing they had.
Well, but isn't that the idea? I do the reads.
Well, you got it. You tasted every one.
Yeah, but I did not overindulge at all.
All right.
No, seriously. Nobody was paying attention. I only had like 3 wings, and I had a little half a sandwich.
Did you see?
You had only one half of the sandwich? I had 2 halves.
Did you see our pinhead suit, John Winthrop?
Oh,
yeah.
In front of him, like a scene from Jurassic Park. There were bones. It was unbelievable.
Oh, he was excited.
Wow.
He was
got an advanced step and a fan.
I had a full sandwich. You didn't have any sandwich, though, right?
No. It had ointment on it.
Anthony, was there how much ointment was on the sandwich?
There was quite a bit.
What was it? Coleslaw?
Well, no, they had pickles, they had coleslaw.
Everything I hate.
You know he's not going to do that.
It was so nothing, right? It was just a nice little chicken sandwich.
Well, I had the wings.
I know, but you missed out on the
They
salmon.
call it Atomic Wings, not Atomic Sandwiches.
They did. I'll tell you something. They do just as good. They may want to change the name.
Atomic Stuff.
That's how good the sandwiches were. That maybe Atomic Stuff is the way to go.
Oh, the sauces and the boneless wings were exquisite.
Yeah, they were good.
Even without sauce.
I don't think I had a boneless.
Oh, I had.
I'm sure there's leftover.
You had boneless?
Yeah. Oh. Sans bones.
All right. Let's start with a little bit of NFL news, shall we? If you're the kind of person who doesn't like the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl every year,
then you're in trouble.
You may not like this news. The Titans and Chiefs are working to finalize a deal that's going to send DeAndre Hopkins to DeAndre.
You got another one in the line.
Stand by.
No, I'm in one. I'm on the.
What?
Here we go.
DeAndre Hopkins
first day at the job
to Kansas City from Tennessee, according to Adam Schefter. The Titans will receive a 2025 fifth-round pick that could become a fourth-rounder. Now, Mark Ballard, who I know, obviously everything he said, Michael used to poo-poo. Although after being 10-0 so far with his picks,
Ballard,
you might have to listen to what he has to say a bit more. He did make a great point to me over text, man. Don, they trade. Kansas City goes out and trades a fifth rounder that could become a fourth rounder for Hopkins, who's 32.
Right.
Joe Douglas a week ago trades a third round. Was it a third rounder that could become a second rounder for a 31-year-old?
But Adams is better.
Sure, but is he better enough that all these little things do add up when you put together a football team over years?
Well, I had heard when Devontae was available, the Cowboys were kicking the tires, Saints were interested. So obviously that's going to drive the price up if there's other teams. This Hopkins thing came out of nowhere. Was there any other teams in on him? And if not, why? So maybe this isn't the trade that you think it is.
Maybe. So, or could it be? Can I throw back at you? Because that's a fair retort. Let me retort to your retort.
Okay.
Hopkins wasn't an option, and the price had to go up for the Jets because they had to listen to Aaron Rodgers.
Well, no.
Because they're a podunk organization.
No, I'm not saying the Jets should have gotten him. I'm saying that...
No.
Oh, you're okay.
I'm saying that price being higher was really higher just because Aaron wanted him. And if you want something really bad and the person selling knows it, the price goes up.
And it's also higher because of the fact of the connection. Even if Rodgers wasn't pushing it, it's a better trade for the immediate because they know
feel
each
like
other.
their fit's going to be better. And boy, did it turn into something.
But I did not. Did you hear this? Was this rumored at all? I know they were looking for a wide receiver. So maybe there's something going on.
They're already undefeated.
They're not playing well, though.
And they're not even great.
And Mahomes hasn't been great.
No.
So that's scary.
Don, so remember, how many times during the offseason did I say the Chiefs don't even start playing until November, December, right? That's when they start the season. They haven't started yet. And they're 6-0.
I'll tell you what, I don't know who made it first, but I heard you say it, and I piggybacked it. The parallel between them and Golden State is identical. It's identical.
No, it's the same thing.
Golden State, who even knew they existed? Didn't care. Why was their name Golden State? Why not California, San Francisco, Oakland? Don't know, don't care. And then they get Curry, and it's a fun story. I can't believe it. They're entertaining. I can't stand them. It really went that way.
Immediately.
Kansas City, same thing. Who's Kansas City?
Although, has the Kansas City thing already gone longer with them at the top? Because the Warriors are now already back to, they're almost a lovable underdog again.
Kansas City had their moments, the whole Christian Okoye, I get. But it was like...
Steve DeBerg, for God's sake.
You didn't have an opinion on the Kansas City Chiefs.
No, Joe Montana went there to die.
And then...
But he had great years.
And then it's like, Mahomes, great kid. This is fun. I can't stand him. Like,
not only that, he became a heel.
And the Mahomes Curry thing is also,
except Curry remained a good guy.
Yeah, but he
doesn't have nearly he doesn't. Listen, you can root against Curry, and don't get me wrong, when he's beating my team in the finals and the mouthpiece is hanging out, you get annoyed. But generally speaking, you see him and Aisha Curry, you go, oh, the Currys. You don't get that vibe with the Mahomes.
Go on social media when the Chiefs are the national game, which is almost every Sunday. And they get all the calls. There was that move at the sideline, of course, because everybody's afraid to hit him because they'll throw a flag. Now you're almost not giving him any credit for anything anymore. So the parallel is pretty much dead on.
Although I'll tell you what, Kelsey is better than Clay or Draymond. If Steph is Mahomes, Kelsey's better than any of the running mates that Steph had, in my opinion. Are those guys? Clay might be a Hall of Famer, right?
Durant was a running mate
for briefly. Yes.
Right.
That he was
a couple of years.
Now he was Kelsey level.
He was better than Kelsey.
Yeah, he's better than Kelsey. Yeah. He's as good a player as they have in the league. All right, so Tua Tagovailoa was back in practice today, more than a month after his third documented concussion in the last 2 years. he supposedly refused to wear the soft shell Guardian cap. But he's going to be wearing the Vices 02 Matrix ID helmet, which is designed for quarterbacks and is apparently graded higher in terms of protection than other helmet models. But he doesn't want to wear the soft shell Guardian cap.
And listen, he should wear it because it'll save his life, but it is hideous. It is very strange to see.
I will say,
don't know who had it on the Buccaneers, but like it stands out.
It stands out.
The guy who came back from a concussion.
Your kazoo.
It stands out. It's not as bad as the ones that they wear during the preseason that doesn't have the team logo on it.
Right.
Like, it does look better when it's teamed out. I mean, listen, can I tell you the truth, though? They're all weird. If the whole league started wearing them, how fast would we forget about it?
Yeah, but the problem with the Guardian helmets now, then the Tampa Bay guy wore it, it's like they put cloth over it with the logo. Make it look better so the players don't think it looks doofy.
Right. That is true.
But, I mean...
Make it exactly like a real helmet.
Tua should be beyond that. You know, you should want to save your brains. So no matter what it looks like.
I don't know that's the reason.
No, my guess is it feels different, right?
I don't know.
And it takes getting used to.
It's a regular helmet, and then you put a shell on top of it. So why would it have any impact on how it feels? It's a regular helmet.
Oh, so they just put a shell.
Yeah.
It's a cap that you put on your helmet, and then they dress the cap in the logo of the team.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, if everybody wore it, it would look odd for a little while.
And then we'd forget.
Hey, look at Major
Don,
League
the
Baseball.
goalpost used to be in the front of the end zone, all right?
Nobody wanted to wear batting helmets when they first came out. And now everybody wouldn't even think about playing baseball without
think
it.
about it.
Wait, when did the batting helmet?
Like in the 50s, early 50s.
Isn't that insane?
But I'll give you a fair comp. Now, you might be a little bit too young, but you probably remember. You're a football historian.
Sure I am.
You know, I grew up with the helmet with the...
One?
No, well, there was a couple of Theismann wore the one, but you get the two. You know, if anybody walked with a helmet from the 70s, you'd be like, what the hell? What's wrong with that guy? He looks like a weirdo. We didn't think it looked weird at the time. So over time, we would get used to it. It wouldn't look that crazy.
Now, can I ask you a stupid question? That change I don't quite understand as much. What was so important about adding more to the front of the helmet?
They were going for the 2-bar to have like the cage. It was probably just for protection.
Because people put their hand in it, like gouge your eyes out.
They were just, people were getting that too.
Yeah. Like I like to do to you sometimes.
You know, today is National Slap Your Coworker Day.
Is it really?
Yeah. So
let's do it.
At some point when you're least expecting it, when you're in the middle of a point, right in the middle of your point guard, you're going to turn around. Right across the face.
You do realize one thing, though, and I'm being totally serious.
Yeah.
If you did that, the next thing I do, I stand up, I punch you right in the face as hard as I could. And you'd fly up against that wall, which is so beautifully decorated behind you.
And you'd both be let go.
If you look at it, Don, look at the shot on Yes right now.
It's so bad.
Peter's doing ENN from prison.
What are we just slowly subtracting? What are we doing?
By the way, I should have done the show from home today.
You could.
Dead. At least I have nice things behind me at home.
Yeah.
This looks like Abu Ghraib.
So my great people, sprung for 2 rollerboards.
How much could it have cost for the third?
I mean, these maybe $100.
Let's see. I think that's about fair, right?
So you know what? I'll put the $100 up to get the third one. I will do it.
We got to have a third one.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, what's going on?
I was making an face dead. Can you believe you said that to me? Do you feel bad?
I felt bad immediately, Peter. The dialogue happened the second we turned the microphone.
Great told me third banner coming.
Oh,
really?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I was making an face dead. But I felt bad. I texted you.
You did. No, you
I
said
did
it on the
feel
air.
bad.
You did.
But I was I was angered.
I know. It was the NBA
But to
Finals.
smack your face dead.
That doesn't even make sense. No, but by the way, he does a lot of things dead. I just realized that.
Right.
He sniffs them dead.
Yeah.
And he smacks them dead.
He's obsessed with death. And everybody blames me.
If I'm obsessed with death, then what are you?
It's beyond
consumed
obsessed.
by it?
Yeah. I am consumed.
We know that. We know that very much. All right, guys, we said it earlier, but some really sad news to hit the baseball world today. Just as everyone was starting to sort of relive the greatness of Fernando Valenzuela, the great Mexican-born Dodger phenom who inspired Fernando Mania, winning the NL Cy Young and Rookie of the Year in 1981, has died at 63 years old. The Dodgers announced the news saying he passed away last night at a Los Angeles hospital. We don't know the cause or any details. But, of course, now this comes just as the Yankees and Dodgers are about to renew their rivalry and he was such a big part of that series back in 1981. He served as the Spanish-language broadcaster for the Dodgers. Starting in 2003, he had stepped away just before the start of the playoffs to focus on his health, and now he has passed away at 63 years old.
That was something in 81, of just being a kid. How old would I have been? 13? It was every day. And Mike Lupica put it well. It wasn't like we could go turn on. ESPN didn't have the baseball rights then. You just got information watching sports on the news. But he came to Shea, Michael, and it was a big deal. And just to start the way he did, he made some relief appearances in 80, but he was officially a rookie in 81. His first 8 starts, 8-0 with 8 complete games. Think about that.
The only thing that I think compares with it within that time frame is Vida Blue in 72 and Mark Fidrich.
In 76, right?
And then, they consumed the baseball public.
And what I remember, now I was much younger in 76. I was 8 years old. I remember the big deal was going to Yankee Stadium for Monday Night Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Because now things could be happening and he doesn't have to come into your town. But back then, it was like a traveling circus. Like, all right, it didn't become real until you had a chance to actually see it for yourself when they would come to play the Mets or the Yankees. And, Fernando was just incredible.
And they used to play the ABBA song when he was warming up in Dodger Stadium. Can you hear the drums, Fernando?
It's a good song.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really know Fernando well.
No, you would know it if you heard it. If they didn't execute people for playing it on the air. Maybe
after the break,
throw
perhaps.
30 seconds on.
All right, I'd like to hear that.
Tom can do it. Tom's a metalhead, but he knows Fernando.
He doesn't know what ABBA is if he's a metalhead.
Well, everyone knows ABBA.
I'm a metalhead and I know ABBA. How do you not know ABBA?
Well,
he's
Tom's younger than you.
He's a bit younger than you.
Yeah, but he's an old soul. You can see it.
I'd say he's 30 years younger than you.
Maybe more.
When were you born, Tom?
1999.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
He hasn't hit puberty yet.
I was 31 years old. I could be his father.
You're 31 years old.
I could be his father.
What? Not could be his. You could be his father twice.
You could almost be his grandfather.
You could be his grandfather.
Yeah, it's ending, Don. Be consumed like me.
All right, guys. We have a lot of good Rogers and Devontae Adams audio, but we've run out of time.
How good is it, really?
It's something. But let's play this. This could be a jumping off point to an interesting conversation.
Well, let's see. Let's make a decision.
We're judging everything today.
Curious to see your thoughts on what our colleague Bart Scott had to say on Bart and Hahn earlier about banged up Aaron Rodgers and what the Jets should do this week.
I mean, it's so sincere. I would start Tyrod Taylor this week. Why not? You're going against the Patriots. You should be able to win with Tyrod Taylor. You got a short week against a team that you're going to need everything that Aaron Rodgers brings to the table to
Thursday
get right.
Against the Texans?
Yeah. Give me a mobile guy that the Patriots are a threat, but you should be able to beat them with your defense, and you should be able to beat them with Tyrod Taylor, who will give you 50 yards rushing if they decide to play certain things against Tyrod Taylor.
It's not a bad thought. It depends on how bad.
Yeah, but do you really think that his hamstring is going to then improve in 4 days?
Well, at least there's a better chance. I don't think it's improving. It's do you want to irritate it even further where you win the game, but now you compromise the game against the Texans.
And imagine a 40-year-old guy getting hurt so much, you think he'd be hale and hearty.
But wait a minute.
it is weird.
But if you think about it, you got Tyrod Taylor for moments like this. Like he's a legit backup quarterback that's won games in the NFL. You're going up against one of the worst teams in the league. Why not? It's not a bad thought. I mean, I wouldn't do it if you had Zach Wilson as your backup quarterback, but you don't think Tyrod Taylor could beat the Patriots? Now, the only problem is, what if he doesn't? But it's not that outlandish, is it, Peter?
No, I think it actually makes sense.
Now, I wouldn't do it if it's unless it's a severe injury where he can really hurt it. Like if it's just something that could bother him, I think he can get by.
And lastly, guys.
You've said lastly 4 times.
Well, listen, he's having fun.
Jaden Daniels, not in practice today for your Washington Commanders, so likely that flex to see the Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels Bowl on Sunday. Probably going to be the Caleb Williams, Marcus Mariota Bowl instead. That'll do it for ENN, brought to you by Security Dodge. Stop 24/7 at securitydodge.com during their Jeep Adventure Days.
Lastly, we'll come back in just a moment, take some of your phone calls. Dan Orlovsky, we'll run that by him at 5:15. It's Kayla, Greco, Rosenberg, and you, right here on Yes at 880 ESPN.
these cuts have likely been sitting out all day long. 2, you have no idea when they were packaged or where they came from. That's why we choose to get our protein from ButcherBox instead. This is high-quality meat you can trust and enjoy. It's packed and conveniently sent straight to your door, so you don't even have to think about your next grocery trip. Stock up your freezer and whip up a quality meal every night by checking out ButcherBox.com.
Here's something every parent, human parent, squirrel parent, can relate to. Time goes by fast. So the sooner you start investing for your child's future, the better. Acorns is how you do it. Ta-da! Look at that. Beautiful. Download Acorns right now and invest in your babies and your baby's baby. Acorns. Grow your oak.
Where'd you get those shoes? The ones that set the vibe for the whole night. That make the exact right first impression. And have a way of thriving in any condition. A shoe for every you. At DSW.
We just signed the lease on our third shop. I guess we're a chain now, right? We worked so hard to get here. My assistant went to CustomInk.com to get our new uniforms and merch with all the location names. Our custom gear helps him get our brand out into the community. He takes care of all of our Custom Ink orders. He was able to find great products, upload the new art, and have boxes sent directly to each of the shops. Custom Ink makes it so easy. Get started today at CustomInk.com.
We did it.
Yes.
Everything is on track in Jira.
We got more media funds.
I'll start the project in Jira. Let's get this in Jira.
Switch to Square and join over 4 million businesses worldwide. More than a point of sale, Square keeps you ready for any restaurant rush. And with Square, there are no hidden fees ever. At Square, get 24/7 support to help keep lines moving. And with Square Banking, get a loan quickly for everything from small repairs to the biggest dreams. Gain time and peace of mind with restaurant tools that bring everything together. Switch to Square today. Visit square.com to get started.
With Harry's, you get a smooth shave at a great price because you get all of this for as low as $2 per refill, half of what the other guys charge. Wake up to Harry's. Get your trial set for just $7 at harrys.com/stay smooth.
Pain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new 2024 Tacoma for just $339 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
I think I found them.
Really?
Making your dog your ring bearer is one way to show your love.
Car part. It's just a car part, look it.
But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way.
Baby, oh, can't you make up your mind? Oh, 'cause you're so far away. Am I just wasting my time? Yeah.
The Bronx Bombers are primed for an epic fall classic with the Dodgers.
We're going to the dance.
And yes is your Yankees World Series home with extended pre- and post-game coverage around every World Series game.
He is locked in on every pitch.
Plus exclusive player access.
Can't ask for a more special moment at this time.
You follow the chase all season. Don't miss Yes's World Series coverage. Game 1 pregame begins Friday at 6:30 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
Not a shot.
You are watching the Yes Network.
Soaring into history.
Your home for award-winning coverage of the New York Yankees.
Here it is.
You've heard this before.
Can you hear the drum?
Yeah, I have.
Got to turn the mic on.
Sorry.
Hit different in 81, but still great.
If you want the greatest experience of your life, you go to London and you watch the ABBA.
You said it was the best.
It's just unbelievable. Every single artist that's alive now should have that so that their act lives on forever. It's that wonderful.
I'm really curious. I'm not like the biggest ABBA guy or anything, but I'm curious to see it based on how you described it, and curious to see who else they could do.
They can do everybody. Why don't they do Springsteen?
Well, he's alive.
So is ABBA.
That's a great point. They're all alive?
Yeah. Every one of them.
We had this conversation. Remember, it was like they were offered $1 billion to tour.
And now they're making more than that
said
because they said, let's do this. And it's sold out every day for like the last 4 years. And the tickets are not cheap.
I don't, there's so much I don't understand about it. Number one, ABBA's actually that popular,
hugely
though?
popular.
No, but Don, I need to talk to you.
Yes.
ABBA's that popular? $1 billion to tour?
Well, with a certain age group. I mean, they were in the 70s, they were king. Hits, constant hits. So you've got those people that grew up at ABBA are now in their 60s making millions of dollars and wanting to see them and relive their childhood, I guess. I don't know. Why does anything work, Peter?
I don't know. Yeah, why
they were fine to me. Waterloo's a good song.
Right. I mean, listen, Taylor Swift, I think, is really nice. I don't think she's the greatest artist who ever lived, and she's making billions as well.
So David Stearns, the Mets GM, met with the media today.
Former NBA commissioner.
And no, David Stearns this is. And he spoke about Pete Alonso's free agency.
Pete's a great Met. He was right out there right before I came in. I told him I was about to answer a lot of questions about him. He told me good luck. He's a great Met. I hope we have him back. I think we both understand this is a process, and everyone's got their own interests. And Pete deserves to go out into the free agent market and see what's out there and then ultimately make the best choice for him and his family.
Now, David was asked, what contract talks have what contract talks have been like with Alonso so far?
Pete and I, frankly, have never really talked about his contract face-to-face. I think those conversations are best left generally with a player's representative. But Pete and I talked about the team plenty. He's very invested in our group, certainly was very invested in this team this year, and obviously got some enormous hits for us down the stretch.
Now, everybody in baseball wonders the answer to this next question. David, will you take big swings in free agency?
I don't know. I think it's too early to determine exactly where we're going to take our shots. And so we'll continue to evaluate that plan and that path as we move through the offseason.
And he was asked success. He tried to stress success is not guaranteed next year.
I also am keenly aware that nothing is predetermined. Our success this year does not mean anything for our success next year. We've got work to do. I'm energized by that work. As an organization, we feel like we're in a really good spot, and we're ready to go. And we're eager to build off of this and create the type of sustained competitiveness that this organization deserves, that our fan base deserves, and that we believe is attainable.
Don, as a Met fan, would you be shocked, startled, flabbergasted if they don't even make a run at Soto?
Yeah, I would be floored if they didn't.
Would you be shocked, startled, or flabbergasted if they don't get him?
If they are going to pay whatever it takes, I would be surprised if the Yankees outbid the Mets, because I think the Mets have more money than the Yankees do.
I think they're willing to lose more
money. Or I should
money.
say Cohen has more money than the Mets. Yankees make more money than the Mets. But if Cohen is committed to giving him whatever he wants, and considering that Scott Boras is his agent, that would surprise me if all of a sudden, say, the offer is like $550 and the Mets are like, no, we can't do that. I would be. Wouldn't you be floored? I would think that they'd be able to.
If he backs out because it's getting too heady, that would surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they go, you know what, we could take this money and get a lot of other things for this team rather than just one player, although the player is generational.
So that wouldn't technically be outbid. That would be just, we're not interested.
But what if they do draw a line in the sand? and go, well, you know, our top offer is going to be $40 million a year.
Well, if it's not realistic, then why would you even get in? Wouldn't it be better, Michael, if your offer is not realistic, to just say you're not interested? We could spend that money elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that.
No, so if you're in, how would Cohen get outbid? Unless Stearns tells him, listen, this is just too much money. But if Cohen's like, I don't care about the luxury tax, this is a forever player. Listen, if anybody knows the history of the Mets, you go back to 1973. They make a miracle run to the World Series, losing 7 games to the A's, didn't do a thing to the team, and they collapsed. Mets can't afford to do that. And first of all, they're going to change anyway because you got so many free agents. I mean, I don't think the last thing they should do is say they're good enough, especially when there's pieces you might lose. You've got a forever player. You got an owner that's got a bottomless pit of money. How are you not in on?
But I'm going to tell you why. There's one reason, and it could be the same reason the Yankees bow out too. If you go over the luxury tax for a certain number of years in a row, which the Mets have been, he doesn't care about the tax, the money he has to pay, like $1 for every dollar. He's got to care about how that sets the Mets up for the future. They'll lose draft picks, they'll lose international signing, stuff like that. He wants to build a sustainable team.
No, understood.
And if Stearns says we can't do this because it hamstrings us because we're going to go over that tax. And again, I don't think the money means anything to him.
Right.
But the other things that hurt you to build a team, that might mean something.
Like you said, so that could also hurt the Yankees.
Yeah.
So who's a team out there that can afford them that is in a position where they wouldn't mind losing all that, or at least have a payroll that wouldn't harm them as much?
Well, I think the Mets are going to be in a position where it won't harm them because I think they have like $170 million coming off the payroll. But will they be able to fill the other holes? Because they don't have a starting pitching staff other than Sanger and Peterson right now.
True.
All right, we'll come back. We'll talk with Dan Orlovsky, take your phone calls. Big show, lots to do. Kayla Greco, Rosenberg, and you on Yes and on 880 ESPN.
New at Maurice's, the feel-good life, styled for fall. Shop the new fall collection in stores and at Maurices.com.
Those shins, so smooth, like marble pillars. Would have made the Romans proud. Wow, I'm literally thinking about the Roman Empire. Weird. Sort of want to feel them. Weirder. How are your shins so smooth?
It's the EOS body lotion. Try mine.
Can I feel them?
Oh.
EOS body lotion. Stay smooth. Bored with the food you have at home? Enter Home Chef. End a busy day with our easy prep, no mess dinners. Wake up with our energizing breakfast options. And grab our quick lunches that'll hold you over till dinner. Home Chef makes it easy to enjoy all 3 meals from the comfort of home. Get breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert, of course, delivered to your door by Home Chef. Order now and get 18 free meals and free shipping, plus free dessert for life.
Having those high interest credit cards, it felt unmanageable. My name is Belinda, and with Upstart, I was able to save money with a personal loan. From the moment that I checked my rate to getting that approval was just a few minutes. I felt relieved having the funds in my account so quickly. I was able to turn all of those, big payments into one small payment, and I was able to breathe.
Easy online borrowing. Personal loans up to $50,000. Go to Upstart.com.
Thanks. Sorry, Dad. Get your emergency pizza when you order online.
Thank you.
Only from Domino's.
That 808, can you feel that BASS bass?
Love the way you move with intelligent around view monitor on the all-new reimagined Nissan Kicks.
Now get a low $239 per month lease for 36 months on the all-new Nissan Kicks.
AE Drink Spray?
AE drinks Sprite.
You want to hoop like me? Practice. You want a refreshing drink? Obey your thirst.
Meet the traveling trio, each helping to protect their money with Chase. Tools that help protect. Alerts that help check. One bank that puts you in control. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Man, these seats. Right? I wonder how the other guys are doing.
I spent hours finding a deal on these.
Trash. They should have used Game Time.
The easiest way to find only the best deals for the best seats with their Game Time picks.
What time is it?
Game Time.
Touch the sky, fire, burning brighter, do it so exceptionally. Shout it louder, let it hear. I got to be me, I got to be free.
The perfect blend of design and performance. The Genesis G70 and new G80. Lease a Genesis G70 for $349 per month. Exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
On its way to the Marconi lab right now, just to break it down and see how they do that.
They have a lab?
Yeah, they have a lab. Sure. Yeah. Devontae Adams, after the Jets lost on Sunday night, had an impassioned post-game speech to his team, his new team, and he talked about it today on that speech that he gave.
It's not really my personality to see something that's not right and to just let it go on, regardless of whether it's from the coaches, players, management, support staff, whoever. So obviously there was a lack of energy and urgency out there, and it was apparent, especially coming from, I've played on teams that have that winning culture, and just basically I just took a moment to let them know, like, I had reservations about speaking up too early and being too vocal too early, but I felt like in my mind I said F that because we don't have time, and I got to do whatever I got to do to help this team move forward, and lacking energy, I mean, that's a prerequisite to be able to go out there and have a good year or have a good play or, whatever it is. So in my mind, it was something that I wouldn't have been able to sleep if I didn't speak up on it. And, I've got a lot of good feedback, which it wasn't a big rah-rah thing. It was just more, to bring awareness to it, because a lot of these guys in here haven't been anywhere else where they've won and, have had that urgency that it takes in order to be a good team. So, this team being so talented on the roster-wise, it's just a waste to have everybody out there and, to have a dead sideline like that. Brees catch a ball and go 60, and we can't feed off none of the energy, and those type of plays are supposed to be contagious for the rest of the team. So that's basically what I saw and what I told him.
I applaud him. But did either of you guys think, what kind of void must there be in this team that a guy who got here 30 hours before is the guy speaking in the locker room? Think about that. The void of leadership that they have, the culture that just has not been developed over the years, that a guy who just got there.
That's what we got to try to dissect. If there's truly a lack of energy, and the only people that notice it are Aaron Rodgers and a guy that's been here 5 minutes, man, that does not reflect well on the rest of this team. Or is the rest of the team kind of just fed up with the structure here? Like, I'm sorry, I'm playing for the Jets, not Aaron Rodgers.
Well, that's what I think. I wonder if that's where it starts, because Aaron Rodgers acts like a coach and not the guy who leads the team. And so there's something missing there.
Plus, what if there were a lot of guys in there that liked Robert Saleh? And they're blaming Rodgers for Saleh being gone. It's like, dude, man, I'm not playing for you. You're playing for yourself. Everybody's starting to play for themselves now, and that's never going to look good. So Adams comes in, and listen, I'm sure Adams is a good guy, but the rest of the team is going to look at it. You're Aaron Rodgers guy. Are you here because you want to help the Jets win, or are you here to help Aaron Rodgers win? Like, it just feels like a lot's built around the one guy, and these guys are breaking their butts, working their tails off to try to win for this Jets team, and they're going to be here long after those guys are gone. That's got to be the dynamic here, if you do believe that the reason they lost was a lack of energy, or it's not just some excuse.
Now, by the way, Robert Saleh has a new job already.
Is that an official job?
Yeah, he's going to be with the Green Bay Packers today in a new role.
Hilarious, by the way.
LaFleur, who has credited Saleh for helping bring him back into the NFL coaching ranks.
I love Bobby.
Said that Saleh's going to work with the Packers through Thursday this week and called his role fluid. I'm telling you, coach is coach. He could sit back and collect his money, and boom, he's going to Green Bay.
because you've got to grab whatever you can. There's nothing worse than being a coach that did nothing but lose, whether it's his fault or not. And then he gets let go early in the season. Like, he wants to make sure he gets back involved in some way just to build up his numbers. Listen, he is an accomplished defensive coordinator. He has succeeded other places. But you got to work, man. What
was his contract, though, for with the Jets?
Well, I think he had a couple years left.
At a couple million a year.
About 3.
So that's real money that you're deciding, you know what, let's forego it.
No, he'll get his money.
Even if you take the job?
Whatever the Packers pay him comes off that. So, like, if the Packers pay him $100,000 for this fluid role, then the Jets would owe him 2.9.
Got it. So as long as it's less than you were making.
Right. If it's more, what do you care?
Got it. Okay.
I've always wondered about that, too. If I negotiated I guess it's called an offset language. You got fired. Another team wants to hire you. You should be able to double dip. Why should the team that fired you get off the hook if you get another job? They fired you. They didn't want you anymore. Why should they get salary relief if somebody else wants you?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Aaron Rodgers talked about Devontae Adams' post-game speech.
I won't say exactly what I said because there's some cameras rolling and colorful metaphors involved on how I really felt about the speech. But to paraphrase without using any French, I thought it was the realest speech I'd ever heard in a locker room in 20 years. There's just certain guys over the years that are, I don't even know what adjective to use is better than this one, but they're just real guys. And when they speak up, you feel it. I was kind of looking at him when Brick was talking, and Brick was saying some great stuff too, and he's been fantastic. But I just could feel like Tay's about to say something, and then he started talking, and everybody that was in that locker room felt it. So I drove home with him after the game and just told him how proud I am of what he said in that moment.
Again, just got there. Now, Complex Sports says that Saleh is going to make close to $20,000 per day from the Jets for the next 2 years. $583,000 per month, $134,615 a week, $19,178 a day.
Not bad.
Not bad. And why not? It shows that it wasn't him. It wasn't him. And I'd say these 2 games for the Jets are about as big as any 2 games they'll play all year. So within Sunday to Thursday, their season will be decided. They've got to take both games. They got to beat the Patriots, and they've got to beat the Texans.
Oh, because I think as bad as the Jets have been, Michael, I think everybody just assumes they're going to beat the Patriots.
If they don't, then I'm prepared to say
it's over. But the Texans, listen, if they lose to the Patriots, season's over. I mean, forget about it, because now the wheels have come off. There's nothing left to do. Maybe that's another reason why you almost play Tyrod Taylor, right? That if, you do lose the game, hey, well, we didn't have Rodgers. Let's get Rodgers back in there. But you got to win this game. If you don't, when are you winning? When are you winning, honestly? And I don't want to hear about, close. You know, the Giants were close, right? Giants almost beat the Commanders. The Giants almost beat the Cowboys. And then you know what ends up happening? You either start beating teams or you go south. It feels like the Giants are going south. You lose to the Patriots, Michael, then the Jets have gone south and football's over.
What if somehow you put Tyrod Taylor in and the offense looks completely better with Tyrod than it does with Rodgers?
Then you're in trouble.
But Michael, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Talk to Rodgers about it.
Good problem to have.
Well, it wouldn't matter anyway, because even if that were the case, it's not like they'd bench Rodgers. So
right.
It wouldn't matter.
But that could be then you bring Rodgers back, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, same nonsense. Could be
now Rodgers, though, he wants to tell all Jet fans.
All right.
Plenty of time left.
I mean, every year presents its own challenges, and thankfully we're not to the denouement of this season. There's still a lot of time left. I think it's important that we all just stay as sanguine as possible. It's a long season. There's a lot of ups and downs. We've had a lot of adversity already this season. We just got to stick together and get one and then start to build off of that.
Can I ask a question?
What's sanguine?
Why would you go there?
Because he wants to be the smartest guy in the room. Why I use big words?
You're trying to let your fan base relax, and you're going to use words that you know that more than half the population has no idea what you're talking about.
Because he wants to be the smartest guy in the room.
That's his vibe.
So there is no message to the fans. It's just an opportunity to show everybody how smart I am. Because if it was really a message to the fans, wouldn't you want to use it in words that everybody can understand?
Yeah, he got my attention with denouement. And then when he goes to Sanguine, I mean, he really is a piece of work. I can't rip the guy for being smart, but you know, I mean, you are talking to fans that might not know what denouement and Sanguine.
I don't know what what's denouement.
It's like this second to last act or something like that, I believe. I didn't use it, so I don't know.
Right, and Michael's not even sure, and he's the smartest guy in the room.
No, I wouldn't say that, but he's the best
from a
word standpoint.
I'll tell you right
from
now,
a language standpoint.
Denouement. The final part of a play, movie, or narrative in which the strands of the plot are drawn together and matters are explained or resolved.
All right, he's smart. I get it, but it's a message to people.
That I'm smart.
And it's a message that had nothing to do with about don't panic, because the two words I used for you not to panic, you're sitting there going, what did he just say?
That's a great point. Don't panic. Just listen, I want to...
Sanguine is to be cheerfully optimistic, hopeful, or confident.
I mean,
you could have just said confident.
Yeah, but Michael, when you go to as many Broadway shows as I do, Michael, I just saw Hamilton again yesterday. In a lot of ways, a lot of everyone seems to be rooting for Hamilton. That's the natural way to think. But if you really dig in deeper, Burr is really the true protagonist in the story.
At the denouement, you find out.
Well, the denouement would be the scene before when the king sings, "Why does it have to be this way?" Right before the... Yeah, you get the idea. I love Bobby. Brick. I love Brick. I love Bobby. I love Bobby Ken. I love Bobby K. Yeah. I love Bobby S. I love Brick. And I love our next guest, Danny O.
It's time now for the Dan Orlowski Report, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of White Plains. Dan, how are you?
I'm tremendous. How are you guys?
A little less than tremendous, but pretty good.
No, we're close.
Well, but I'm not tremendous.
Right, what do we need? What do we need to be elevated? What do we need a little bit better with?
Independent wealth, so I could quit my jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, that's fair, but
I played lotto today, and I feel good about it.
There you go.
All right, let's get hot. Let's get hot.
Are you concerned that... I don't even remember if we asked you this last Wednesday, but there's been a game since then. Are you concerned that we're on the other side of Rodgers' greatness?
Yeah, yes. I really believed in Aaron. I did. I believed, partly it was maybe a little bit of fan in me. He's one of my favorite players to ever watch. Grew up with him in the NFL, same year, same division, same agent. So I just have never seen him over the past couple weeks play a hesitant brand of football like he is. There's a hesitation to cut the ball loose at times, a double clutching. He doesn't really want to throw the ball over the middle of the field. People have said that was his ending in Green Bay, but he won MVP for back-to-back years, so it couldn't have been that big of a problem. So I just, I'm concerned that some of the things that have consistently shown up on tape this year, and specifically the last 3 weeks, are more of who he is rather than are we going to ever get over the hump.
Did you agree with Rodgers that there seemed to be a lack of energy in that game on Sunday night?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a lack of fight back. Candidly, before the interception, the game wasn't close.
Right.
I mean, that game wasn't even close. And so I heard Aaron say on Pat's show, like, there was a lack of energy before the game, but that game wasn't close until that interception. And so it felt like once the interception got thrown and the Steelers punched it in, it felt like there was no fight back after that, or then maybe the Garrett interception, the one that goes off Garrett's chest. I don't know if there was a lack of energy, at least from my perspective. It was more of a lack of, I guess, like, intestinal fortitude of, like, fighting back and like, taking the punch and getting up and punching back. It just felt like the Jets, Aaron and everybody just were content with getting punched and never fighting back or never punching back or never. I mean, at some point, I put on bad teams. So, like, it's, oftentimes in bad teams, we never had anybody, myself included, because I was young and maybe still lacking. We never had anybody that stood up and be like, "F this, it's not going to happen like this anymore." Until I got on good teams, I was in Houston, with players like Andre Johnson and Arian Foster. And then my second run in Detroit was like Calvin. Like, those guys would stand up and be like, Matthew would stand up and be like, "Screw this, it's not happening this way at halftime." And so they never fought back. I think that's probably a little bit more of what got my attention rather than a lack of energy to start.
We just played cuts thoughts before you came on from Davante Adams, who gave a post-game speech to the team to fire them up. And my initial reaction, Dan, boy, does that speak volumes about a void in leadership on a team? If a guy that got here yesterday is a guy giving the post-game rah-rah speech, did that kind of jump at you as well?
I would say 99% of the time, yes. He's not just a guy. It's a Hall of Famer.
Right.
You know, it's a Hall of Famer that has obviously one of the most historic connections with the quarterback, and we don't have to sugarcoat it. He knows why he went there. Everyone knows why he went there. So, it's not like, this isn't the Rams bringing in OBJ or the Bucks bringing in AB. I don't know if those guys have a little bit of, or had the, I guess, cachet that Davante has. I get your vantage point, Michael, I do, and there's probably some to it, but I do think who Davante is makes me just view it a little differently.
Now, the Giants, just a miserable effort against Philadelphia. How much of that is just not being deep enough to survive these injuries, or is it something deeper than that?
Well, I think there is definitely a part of that offensively. I mean, the left tackle was just totally missing, and you saw the Philadelphia Eagles kind of get after that left tackle and very specifically trying to create rush advantages, and it worked. So there's a part of that is true. I actually think the defense was okay outside of like those 3 or 4 big plays. It's 3 or 4 big runs by Saquon and then the big fourth down touchdown by AJ. Other than that, it wasn't this demoralizing, consistent, dominant performance by Philly's offense. So, I think that if they didn't create and really can't create explosive plays on offense, and they gave up too many on the defensive side. So it's kind of unfortunate to see, because there was a moment this year where you were like, maybe they'll be able to hang. I think their defense can keep them in some games. I just think their offense is so capped.
The Chiefs are amazing. I mean, they just plug and play. But they went out and they got a really good wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. How do you think he fits with Mahomes?
Yeah, tremendously. Number one, he's got a great feel for space. This offense in Kansas City is a yak offense. Yards after the catch. You got to know where space is, get to space, and then do something with the ball. So he's really good at that, too. He's a really good route runner in zone. He's not going to whoop people, and he never has, but he's really good in zone. He knows where to be and kind of when he's got to be there, and really friendly to the quarterback when it comes to his body language. And then I think the biggest question is going to be how comfortable Patrick gets throwing covered people and covered DeAndre. Hop doesn't really win. He just creates a little bit of leverage where he uses his body to go make jump ball contested catches. But it takes time, comfort-wise, for a quarterback to look at a guy, because quarterbacks are used to looking at people or defenders and throwing the ball to somebody who they feel is open, right? And it takes time and a comfort level to get to a point where, I'm going to throw this ball to somebody who's covered. Now, Patrick's got that with Travis, but they got a decade. So how quickly the comfort comes to Patrick will be huge.
Now, this might be an easy answer, but let me throw it at you. I guess one of them would be the Chiefs. Who are the 2 best teams in the NFL right now from all the tape you've studied?
Yeah, Chiefs and Lions.
Even without Hutchinson?
Get better. No, I mean, that gives me a little pause. Yes, I do think they're going to trade for Zadarius Smith. That is my gut expectation.
That's interesting to me that you have the Chiefs still. I feel like I have the Chiefs to potentially be that. I don't know if I think that they're actually it yet.
But they're 6-0.
Who do you think could beat them?
I think the Ravens. I think the Ravens could beat them. I think the Lions could beat them. I don't know. I don't know if they would, but I think they could.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of teams who could, right? But deep down in my gut, when it all is on the table, and it's win or go home, I don't have confidence in. It's not that I don't have confidence in someone beating the Chiefs. I just don't have enough of doubt in the Chiefs, if that makes sense.
It does.
I don't doubt them enough that coach and that quarterback and that defense aren't going to figure it out.
Do you do my boys have a chance this weekend with Marcus Mariota at the helm instead of Jaden Daniels?
No.
That's not nice.
Thank you for doing that, Dan. If you were here, I'd hug you.
What, the Bears defense is just too good?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tremendous unit. They asked me that on NFL Live today. They go, do the Commanders need Jaden Daniels? I don't know, guys. He's in the MVP conversation. What do you think? So, of course, he's an MVP candidate. He's the offensive rookie of the year right now. So, Chicago's defense is so good. The thing that gives you a little bit of hope is like, man, the Commanders are really running the ball very well. The Bears have a tremendous run defense. So, yeah, I mean, realistically, unless, the game plays out in a unique way with takeaways and points off it, to win, absolutely need Jaden.
Great stuff, Dan. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
That's the Dan Orlowski Report, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of White Plains, proud member of the Pepe Auto Group, the name you've trusted since 1968. A lot of calls are stacked up. We want to get to you.
Can we?
Talk more about the upcoming World Series, which begins in L.A. on Friday. But first, Don wants to tell you about BetMGM.
Hey, what's so grande about these?
Fly to Miami, South Beach, we on the way. Billboard Latin Music Week, you see it's calling your name. 1 note, 3 millones de dólares. ¿Qué te parece? Grande, grande, sounds grande, grande. Oh, hey, grande, sounds grande, grande.
Play the New York Lottery's new Grande Scratch-Off games. You could win up to $3 million or a second-chance VIP trip.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new 2024 Tacoma for just $339 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Biggest thing I've learned so far? Don't sweat the small stuff. No. Found it. Finding my light. No, knowing my cue. Just trying not to overthink things. M&M's for all fun kind.
We're all presumed innocent until proven guilty. But only those of us who can't afford bail have to wait trial in jail. That's not right. And that's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Visit linkedbylovetv.org to learn more about kidney disease, transplantation, and prevention. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
The Bronx Bombers are primed for an epic fall classic with the Dodgers.
We're going to the dance.
And yes, it's your Yankees World Series home with extended pre- and post-game coverage around every Yankees game.
This is what Cole is built for.
Game 1 pregame begins Friday at 6:30 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
At this very moment, Doctors Without Borders is on the ground in communities around the world, delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most. Our teams are bandaging war-wounded patients caught in the crossfire in Sudan, providing clean drinking water in Haiti, and performing emergency C-sections in Yemen. Doctors Without Borders teams are in over 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving work is made possible by our movement of supporters, people like you, who help our patients even when they're half a world away. At Doctors Without Borders, we won't stop working to bring our patients and their communities from crisis to care.
Any NBA play can inspire your next hunch. And with 3 months of NBA League Pass from FanDuel, you're about to get a whole lot more inspiration. So if you think they're going to rock the rim right out of the gates,
hello,
or you want to RSVP to the block party,
there he is. Yes, sir.
Or you think it's going to start raining threes.
Let's go!
FanDuel has more ways to bet on players so you can make your hunches happen. Right now, new customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. Plus, all customers get 3 months of NBA League Pass on us. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
If you're an asbestos victim, pay close attention. Billions of dollars are being paid out to people like you. We should know. We're Whites in Luxembourg, the law firm that already won over $9 billion for men and women just like you. That's right, over $9 billion for mesothelioma sufferers and their families. We know you're short of money, and we know you're short of time, so we fight hard. Call Whites in Luxembourg at 917-LAWYERS. That's 917-LAWYERS. Whites in Luxembourg, winning big for the little guy.
Do you suffer from knee pain? Ever been diagnosed with osteoarthritis or worried about the risks involved with knee surgery?
It hurt all the time, like the nerves were rubbing against each other.
I was at the point of either replace my knees because I'm tired of this pain.
Get the relief you need without surgery. We're Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, the premier leaders in non-surgical knee pain treatments. Instead of surgically replacing your knees, our state-of-the-art procedures replenish the depleted natural cushioning in your joints with an FDA-approved shock-absorbing gel, without surgery and without downtime.
After the first injection, I knew it was going to work.
We've successfully treated thousands of patients. Medicare and most private insurance cover this procedure.
Full motion, no pain, walking, everything just back normal like it used to be.
Locations in Garden City, Smithtown, and Wall, New Jersey. Call 1-800-834-5911 for a no-charge, no-obligation knee pain assessment, or go to arthritis-kneepain.com.
What would you do for clean water? For over 700 million people around the world, the answer is literally anything. Walk for hours, stop going to school, sacrifice sleep, health, money, and time, all for water that's not even safe to drink. It doesn't have to be this way. This is a problem we can solve together. Join Charity Water in our mission to end the global water crisis. Visit charitywater.org today.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Celebrate the return of Knicks basketball with Barton Hahn live from Stout, NYC, across from Madison Square Garden this Friday before the Knicks home opener against the Pacers. The guys will be broadcasting live from noon to 3 with giveaways and special guest appearances. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the New York Knicks, superior light beer. So I just looked ahead at ESPN Bet, Don. Have you looked at the odds yet?
We did them. What was the Dodgers were minus 120?
No. For football.
Oh, no. I haven't.
What do you think the Jets Patriots is?
I would say the game's in.
It's in New England. Yeah.
I would say the Jets are a 7.5-point favorite.
They're a 7-point favorite.
Okay.
All right. So let's take a look. If you're interested in Thursday night, Minnesota at LA Rams. What do you think that is?
At the LA Rams, Minnesota is favored by 4.5. I'd be
Minnesota's favored by 3.
Okay.
And let's take the Giants on Monday night against the Steelers. That's in Pittsburgh. What do you think?
I would say the Giants are an 8.5-point dog.
Giants getting 6.5. That's a little low, right?
Yeah, it's under a touchdown.
Yeah.
I just don't see it, Michael. I guess they do come up with efforts. Like, who would have thought they'd go to Seattle and beat the Seahawks?
Right.
Are the Steelers that much better than the Seahawks? But I don't know, the Giants are just so decimated. They can't block anybody. And Dan brought up the defense. And the one thing the Giants did well was get a pass rush against Philadelphia. Because Philadelphia's offensive line's banged up. But you know what? Giving up big plays is also on the defense, Michael. They give up some big plays. So I think that was the best part of their game. And their defense, I think, will keep them in games. But you know, Russell Wilson buying time. Jets defense is better, and they were giving up some big plays to Russell Wilson once he started getting his mojo going. Giants never play well on national television, never play well on, primetime games.
But they are. But Daniel's better on the road.
That is true. Much better on the road.
Yeah, different quarterback.
But is he going to get killed in the game? I mean, I can just picture T.J. Watt folding him in half.
So Brian Cashman, the Yankee GM,
sure,
was on with Christopher Russo on MLB Network's High Heat.
It's Mad Dog.
And Mad Dog was just in the middle of a question, saying, you haven't been to the World Series since 2009. And here's what Brian said.
I hate the 15-year thing because it completely forgets and discounts that some other organization cheated us when we were all the way in the end. If you knew what was going on, I don't think they would be advancing during that time thing. I think we would have been advancing. So I hate that 15-year thing because I don't think it accurately reflects history.
That's not. You can't say that.
Well, I guess he can say it. I'm surprised that he did. Because it sounds like a cop-out. And the Astros admitted the cheating.
True.
In 17. So it's not conjecture. And like what people said, well, like Buster said, they all believe that everybody cheated. But the only team that is admitted and that got caught red-handed is the Astros. So the Yankees say, okay, we should have gone to the World Series that year. But I always say, I think it was the Yankees scored 2 or 3 runs in the final 2 games in Houston. That had nothing to do with them stealing signs for their offense.
Well, yeah, and also in any line of cheating, maybe this is convoluted logic. The person that cheats obviously took advantage and doesn't deserve that victory because they cheated.
Mm-hmm.
But does that automatically mean that who they were up against deserves to win? Because you could have still lost to the Astros if they didn't cheat. Now, obviously, the Astros were helped tremendously, but then you start parsing it down. Well, listen, it wasn't about their offense that beat you. It was about their pitching, right? I mean, the Yankees couldn't hit. That had nothing to do with stealing signs. Stealing signs was about their offense. Well, you lost because you couldn't hit. I mean, so I understand.
But if you're the Yankees, you understand how they feel.
I understand
Like I always say, when people say, well, they would have won the World Series, well, we have no idea.
No,
they would have played the Dodgers.
But that's not what he's
we
saying.
We have no idea. They would have gone to the World Series.
Gone to the World, but can you say that with conviction? That if the Astros didn't cheat.
He sounded like he said it with conviction.
But I'm just wondering, is that really what you want to say? Because then it just kind of comes like it's excuse making.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm probably speaking out of school, but within the Yankee organization, they feel that something fishy happened in 2019 too.
See, that's the other thing too. But
that's never been proven.
That's
so
never
they
been
can't
proven.
really say that.
Now, obviously, we all think they did something in 2019. If they did it in 17, why wouldn't they do it in 19? But you know what? They probably did it in 18 and didn't win.
Right. Right.
So what I'm saying is, like with Belichick, did Belichick cheat with Spygate? Did Tom Brady cheat with Deflategate? But the answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't win every Super Bowl. They were still beaten despite that advantage. Astros didn't win every World Series. They didn't win every series that they played. So that meant they are beatable. So I can understand behind closed doors saying, damn, I think they robbed us of a chance to go to the World Series. A chance to go to the World Series. But to just say it's a fait accompli, we would have went to the World Series if they didn't cheat. Do you really want to go public with that? Because now that's excuse making. That to me is the same as, well, if we didn't have injuries, we would have won. Well, that's saying that you can't win with injuries, and there have been teams that have. So I'm a little surprised he went on record with it.
Well, because and he didn't say anything about 2019, but 2017 they have admitted to cheating, so that sticks in the Yankee craw. Because one of the things that the big criticism about they haven't been to all the money they spent, they haven't been to the World Series in 15 years. He's saying, well, we kind of would have gone in 17. Right. So then it would only been half the time that they didn't get there.
Understood. But, if I'm playing Peter in cards and he's dealing from the bottom of the deck, he's a cheater and he deserves to get thrown out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But does that automatically mean that I would have beaten him if he didn't deal from the bottom of the deck? You know what I'm saying? Like it's
but
not
you
automatic.
Probably have a better chance.
You would have, again, a chance.
Right.
But when Chris Russo is fairly saying you haven't been to the World Series in 15 years, I don't know, it looks bad for Cashman to say, well, I hate that narrative because the team that kept us out of it 2 of those years were cheating. I think it's excuse making, especially when you consider it was an offensive problem, not a defensive problem.
And the Yankees also, in that time, I think would have gone to the World Series both of those years, even with the Astros cheating, if they had decided to trade for Verlander and trade with the Pirates for Cole. They didn't. They didn't trade for Verlander because they felt they weren't ready, and they were ready. And then they didn't trade for Cole. I guess the Astros just outbid them. But you make those deals. I don't think the Astros go to all those World Series. I think the Yankees do. So that was a conscious choice that they made because they ended up paying top dollar to get Cole when he was a free agent. So they obviously loved him.
See, so there's other factors that put him into that situation. So 2017, Astros go on to beat the Dodgers in the World Series, and they obviously cheated, and it was known that they cheated. The Astros in the divisional round of the series beat the Boston Red Sox. Yankees beat the Cleveland Indians to then go to the League Championship Series where the Astros beat the Yankees. If the Astros are cheating, then they cheated on the Red Sox too. So do the Red Sox then say, well, we should have gone to the League Championship Series, but the Astros cheated, so the Yankees would have been playing the Red Sox. Do the Yankees know they would have beaten the Red Sox? That's why you can't really go there, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Astros cheated and beat you in that championship series. It's debatable whether the cheating helped them win, considering the Yankees didn't hit in that Game 7. So the fact that they were getting the signals didn't really hurt them in the game. But if you're going to take it to that set, then the Red Sox have a complaint. Because they lost to the Astros.
All the teams in the West have a complaint.
Right, so then the Boston could say, we should have played the Yankees, and if the Yankees played the Red Sox, if the Astros weren't cheating, then maybe the Yankees lose to the Red Sox. I don't think he should play that game, Michael. Haven't been to the World Series in 15 years. Just accept it. It stinks. Now, who I think has more of a complaint is Aaron Judge. Judge should have won the MVP because obviously Altuve benefited offensively from stealing the signs.
But he claims he's the only guy who didn't take the signs.
Yeah, so even that is weird.
Right.
Listen, I think no matter, it's not the best look. I like appreciate it because I find it to be human. I appreciate the humanness.
He's very blunt. I mean, he's
But
out of
is it
F's to
human
give.
or defensive?
Well, yeah, we remember. He
Right.
said he may actually found a few of those Fs, if I recall, last year. But I just feel like even though it's human, and I appreciate that he's like Cashman acts normal and gives his feelings, it's not a great look. It's like it's kind of the basic thing you would be teaching Charlie or Marco or Callie or Jay Lynn. Like, this is basic stuff. Like, you lose, you lose. And
But he could say, I didn't just lose. I lost to a team that cheated. That's what he wants to have that out there.
But is that why they lost?
It could be.
It
I mean,
could
they
be.
didn't score runs against the Astros, so the cheating had nothing to do with stopping the Yankees from scoring.
Right.
So
And
they
the
didn't
Yankees'
score in
bats
Game 6 and
died.
7. The bats died.
So
and they held down the offense. They lost both of those games, if I remember, like 2-1 or 3-2.
Do you really want to play that game?
That's what I'm saying. Why would you want to play the game?
Now, the Astros
let's go win a
got
World
caught
Series
in a
right
minute.
now.
And I'm not accusing the Yankees of doing anything, but are you sure that there's no skeletons in your closet?
Well, if they're saying it, they must be sure.
I mean, did you not have PED guys? Like, you don't think that the Yankees, did they benefit from that? I just, why mess around, right? Do I think the Yankees were clean? Yeah, I do. But I also think there was a lot of other teams that cheated, a lot of other things that could have happened. It's excuse making. It's being defensive. He can not like the narrative. That's fine. But I'm sorry. That's the way that it is. And the Astros didn't win every World Series when they cheated. There were times they were beaten. So it shows you can beat the Patriots when they cheat. You can beat the Astros when they cheat.
Well, the Yankees are in the World Series now. It begins on Friday. And both of these teams, you could say they're the two best teams in baseball. The Dodgers are number 1 seed in the National League. The Yankees are number 1 seed in the American League. We'll make our picks on Friday, but I think we're all set with what we believe.
But is it really even a conversation? These aren't the two best teams in baseball. They both had their best records in their respective leagues. You know, they went through, especially the Dodgers, went through teams that were comparable, like the Padres. Really, I don't know. Who would you argue is better than these two teams? There's no American League team.
I think the Yankees are far and away the best team in the American League. Far and away. And they proved that.
And I think the Dodgers proved it.
There are teams that are as good as the Dodgers. I think the Padres, the Phillies, the Mets showed they were.
But two of those three teams the Dodgers beat in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The only kick you could say is, well, Philadelphia didn't get a chance to go mano-a-mano with the Dodgers.
Well, they lost that chance by losing to the Mets.
Right, but hey, if the Padres took a stake, the Padres down the stretch, Michael, had a chance to win that division, but couldn't beat the Dodgers late in the season to do it. And then they faced them in a best-of-5 and blew a 2-1 series lead and couldn't close it out. So the Padres have no kick coming, and the Mets have no kick coming because they had a chance to beat them in the best-of-7 and lost in 6. The only team that maybe can stake some claim is Philadelphia because Philadelphia didn't get a chance to play the Dodgers. As far as anybody else, I don't think there's really any other team. Michael, the team that was even in the conversation with the Yankees in the American League was Cleveland.
Right.
And they had a chance to beat them and didn't.
And they were much spunkier than I thought, but the Yankees got through both teams the way they're supposed to. And I after watching the way those games unfolded, the Yankees would have beaten Houston and they would have beaten Baltimore too. Houston's not the same team.
No, Houston wasn't the same team. They're also in an awful division too, right? The Rangers were awful this year. Angels are always awful, and Seattle had a terrible second half of the season. Service got fired. So, Michael, the Yankees don't have to apologize to anybody. They were the best team in the American League. I don't think they were really even challenged. Dodgers were challenged, but they handled their business. I don't think there's any question these are the two best teams in baseball.
Hey, I talk for a living, and whether I'm in the studio or at the ballpark.
The Michael K. show on Yes is presented by Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn untucked. Shop now at untuckit.com.
Untuck It makes every guy look better. From tall to short, from big to slim. From our iconic button-downs for all shapes and sizes to a whole lot more. Try us today. Untuck It. We just make guys look better. Oh, and we make great styles for her, too. Find the perfect fit at untuckit.com in more than 80 stores worldwide.
That 808, can you feel that BASS bass?
Love the way you move with intelligent around view monitor on the all-new reimagined Nissan Kicks.
Now get a low $239 per month lease for 36 months on the all-new Nissan Kicks.
Amazon fall favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon fall favorites now.
Do you know what can get your friends to vote this year? You can. Because when people are encouraged by friends like you, they're far more likely to vote. So use your power. Ask your friends to make a voting plan at votevotevote.com.
A team grows in Brooklyn. Block by block. Play by play. Shot by shot. We got next. You coming?
Mi embarazo con Maya fue normal. Todo estuvo bien hasta que nació. La cadera dislocada y a lo mejor traía consecuencias en la cabeza. Cada cirugía que ella requiere, creí que Dios me la iba a recoger. Lloraba como ahorita, pero mucho porque me la dejan. El hospital Shiner me dio mucha esperanza. Cada día que despierta, le doy gracias a Dios. Pueden encontrar algo que pueda hacer que mi hija tenga una mejor calidad de vida.
Por más de 95 años, los hospitales Shores para niños han ayudado a brindar esperanza a niños y sus familias, sin importar la capacidad de pago que tengan.
Con la ayuda de los hospitales Shiner, la vida puede ser muy milagrosa. Yo siento que Mayita todavía tiene mucho que vivir y que hacer. Todo va a estar bien, gracias a los hospitales de Shiner.
Visita moreshiners.org hoy.
Never seen her like this before. Whoa, make you wanna get that, get that. Got him coming back for more. Let's go. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow. I'ma bring the wow. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow.
Lease a Genesis GV70 for $449 per month or get 2.99% APR. Exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
People, it's Reese's season.
Boo. I've struggled with my weight since being a teenager.
Anything that was out there, I probably tried. Diet pills, no carbs.
I didn't really know about this medication until this year. I have a buddy who lost 60 pounds on it, so I got on the computer immediately, and probably the easiest thing I've ever done.
I was seeing results without a forced diet change. I've lost 45 pounds so far.
The results have been astonishing. The program works.
I've never felt better, and I've lost 20 pounds already. Changed my life.
Check your eligibility in minutes at joinrexmd.com.
Is it possible to be more capable and more practical? Be able to perform here and here. Make a statement while barely making a sound. And command the road as well as what lies ahead. How we get there matters. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
What would you do for clean water? For over 700 million people around the world, the answer is literally anything. Walk for hours, stop going to school, sacrifice sleep, health, money, and time, all for water that's not even safe to drink. It doesn't have to be this way. This is a problem we can solve together. Join Charity Water in our mission to end the global water crisis. Visit charitywater.org today.
Hey kid, what? I got some cocaine, booze, and heroin. You want some? No, drugs can do a lot of damage to your body. They can do things like give you addictions, give you disease, ruin your health, and a bunch of other bad things that you don't want in your life. I'm out of here.
Sox also got banged for cheating, but that was an 18. I think a lot of these teams were doing it, Michael.
Yeah, if you were cheating in 18, do you think maybe you were cheating in 17? I know that people can say Yankees Apple Watch, but it wasn't considered cheating. They said we don't want you to do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't bring it up. Let's teach their own. Obviously, Brian Cashman's very defensive about not going to the World Series in 15 years. I get it. I get them behind closed doors feeling like they got robbed. I get the fans feeling like they get robbed. If you listen to this show, you know I've got no respect for the Astros whatsoever for what they did. And really no respect for Major League Baseball not disciplining them for it. They got away with it. They didn't even get their trophy taken away, which I thought is an easy thing for Manfred to do, and he didn't have the guts to do it. But I just think the better way to just go is, hey, yep, we haven't gone, but we're here now. I think just a little too sensitive about it, Michael.
But listen, I understand your take, but if you were him, would you be sensitive?
Yeah, but do you own that publicly is what I'm saying. Is it better to just say, because it comes across like that, don't blame us for not going for 15 years. All right, well, maybe you would have gone, maybe you wouldn't have, but there are other reasons. Like you said, you didn't make the necessary trades to make it a moot point. And let me ask you this, Michael. Would it have satisfied the fan base had they gone to the World Series those 2 years and still lost?
I think more satisfied than they are now. Let's go to Dave in West Caldwell. Dave.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited for the World Series. And you were talking about the Soto contract and everything, and I look at this Dodger team and I see Ohtani and his deferred contract and everything. I guess my question is, in other sports you can't do that because it circumvents the cap. There's no cap in baseball, I understand. But with the cap, the luxury tax we were talking about, the threshold, like Soto's new deal is going to basically affect any team he signs with. Now, by Ohtani's contract being deferred, like the Dodgers can sign him next year. Is there a chance that maybe there's they win the World Series and he defers, or is he? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, he can if he wants to help the team out, he can certainly defer. But according to tax purposes, what they do is they take present value. So Ohtani gets $2 million a year for 10 years, and then $68 million a year is deferred each of those years. So 680 out of the 7 million is 700 million is deferred. But for tax purposes, it's 46. It counts as 46 against the payroll. Now you're asking, can he do that with the Yankees? Yeah, absolutely. Would he want to? Well, the reason that Ohtani can find that so easy to do, he has so many other sources of income coming in from Japan that supersedes even what he's making with the Dodgers. So he's defer. If he doesn't defer like that, they probably can't sign Yamamoto, and they probably don't make the trade for Glass now.
Now, we never got a chance to retort what Buster Olney said, where if the Yankees win the World Series, that would be enough cover for the Yankees not to re-sign Soto. I don't know if I agree with that, Michael, because what if Soto wins the MVP? Is that enough? Will the title be enough cover, or would it add even more pressure if he walked to say, how can you let the guy that won us our first World Series since 2009 walk out the door? Well, I don't think there's cover for losing Soto.
But the guy who won the MVP in 2009 walked out the door.
He's not Soto.
I get it, but
Matsui was a nice player. He was a really good player.
Listen, I don't think there's going to be any way to satisfy the fans if he goes somewhere else. So I would agree with you. Win or lose. Maybe they'll feel less pressure.
It's temporary.
We traded 5 guys.
It's temporary.
And, we got what we wanted. We got a World Series, but fans are still going to be red hot.
I think I understood what Buster was saying, but it's misleading. Because at first, people wouldn't freak out as much because they'd still have the glow of the win. But fast forward a little bit. Fast forward to next year when the offense is stale again. And everyone's going, oh, my God, I can't believe we let Soto go. We had him here. I know what he's saying, but I think over time it would play terribly.
There's the perception, and it's a perception, and it's an incorrect one, that Hal's cheap. So if the Yankees lose out to the Mets or anybody else, get outbid, that's going to be the narrative. And you let the World Series MVP go over, $50 million or whatever. I don't think there'll be any getting up from it. Now, could they survive it? I guess you do survive it. Nobody's going to take the job away from Hal, but I don't know if it's the cover that Buster's talking about.
Well, I mean, the worst thing would be if he goes to the Mets. If he ends up going to the Dodgers, well, you live with these 3,000 miles away.
Right, because
if he's there in your face for the next 15 years, across the river, that's a tough one to take.
Now, the question is, if he goes to the Mets, will the hate for Soto supersede being mad at Hal for not re-signing him? Like, would the directive of the target of the hate be, I can't believe Soto left us? That money the Yankees offered was more than enough to suit him. Because remember, there's a lot of Yankee fans who feel like it's not about the money. It's about being a Yankee, and it's about being in the Monument Park. And why would you want to go play for the Mets? And if he plays for the Mets, and the money's, even if the money's significant, I'm sure they're going to hate on Soto for taking the Mets' money.
Well, I think the initial hate will be to the Yankees not getting it done, and then for the next 15 years, he'd get booed vociferously those 2 games each year at Yankee Stadium.
There'll be Yankee fans that complain, but can the average Yankee fan be upset if the Mets give Soto $650 million? I mean, you have to believe there's a limit for the Yankees.
They don't believe that, though, because what they'll say is the money they perceive the Yankees to make, but that's not the way it's worked out. Because there are partners. Listen, I don't even want to presage this. It's not for me to defend them. But I will tell you this: when they made that trade for this guy, he's a transcendent player. I would not want to be in Hal Steinbrenner's shoes during the offseason because you are going to have to pay this guy the biggest contract of all time.
See, I had this argument with Alan Hahn. I'm not suggesting that the Steinbrenner, it's a mom and pop shop. It's not. But if you really want to be Captain Literal, man, it is. The Yankees' money is from the Yankees. Steve Cohen's money is not just from the Mets, it's from the $1 billion he sits on being the hedge fund guy that he is. So the $650 million doesn't hurt him in the wallet the way it could hurt the Steinbrenners. Now, you bring up a good point as far as how much that the tax can hurt you with draft picks and international money and all that. But from a financial standpoint, I don't even think this is fair. But Steve Cohen makes big market teams, small market teams, compared to the amount of money he's sitting on beyond the Mets. Mm-hmm. No, there's no question the Yankees make more money than the Mets do, and the Yankees are worth more than the Mets. But it's not the Mets that are going to be paying Soto. It's Steve Cohen that's going to be paying Soto. Mm.
It's a conundrum. You could see when Meredith was interviewing Hal on the field, he's probably thinking of, what did you think when Soto hit that home run? And, he paused and gave an answer and how happy he was. But that home run just puts the price higher. They win the World Series, and he's a big reason why it makes the price higher. He turns 26 on Friday. He's going to go into free agency as a 26-year-old who might have 2 World Series titles under his belt when he becomes a free agent. He's already won 1, looking to win a 2nd. And Soto and Judge, I mean, it changes the way a team plays the Yankees.
And even though the caller had the money kind of mismanaged, yeah, maybe you can make that money back by going to the World Series every year. You had Juan Soto for a full season. He had a great season. And, you've gone to the World Series, but, Michael, it's not guaranteed every year. Soto can go out there and tear the cover off the ball, and they win 84 games. So it's going to be really interesting to see where the money goes. And because of Scott Boras being his agent, the money's going to go up.
You want to feel old, Don? I know you don't want to feel old.
No.
You know whose birthday it is today? Al Leiter. You know how old he is?
106 years old.
Well, I know he's older than me, so is he 60?
59.
Oh, I feel a lot better then.
Why?
Because I thought he was 60.
Don, why don't you tell us about Mazda?
I will tell you about Mazda.
That's everything.
That's everything.
Yeah. Everything? Not everything.
The Hyundai Palisade. With advanced tech and award-winning safety. There's joy in every journey. Lease a well-equipped all-wheel drive Palisade SE for only $359 a month. Or step up and get a limited with $1,000 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Meet the traveling trio. The thrill seeker, the soul searcher, and ahoy, it's the explorer. Each helping to protect their money with Chase. Whoa, a lost card isn't keeping this thrill seeker down. Lost her card? Not the vibe. The soul searcher is finding his identity and helping to protect it. Oh yeah, the explorer. She's looking to dive deeper, all while Chase looks out for her. Because these friends have Chase. Alerts that help check, tools that help protect, one bank that puts you in control. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AE drinks Sprite? AE drinks Sprite.
You want to hoop like me? Practice. You want a refreshing drink? Obey your thirst.
Yes Network is now streaming on Fubo. Watch the Yankees, Nets, and more of your local teams. Streaming live on all your devices. Plus, over 350 top channels. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new 2024 Tacoma for just $339 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can with Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day just by brushing your teeth.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste and our patented PolyClean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
You need a simple way to whiten your teeth. Without strips, without trays, without going to the dentist. And it was about time that a product was developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now Smile Actives is even better with new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth. On food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth?
Prepare your teeth for this holiday season and call or go online now. And for a limited time, get Pro Whitening Gel for just $24.95. Order in the next 5 minutes and buy one, get one absolutely free. Plus, you'll receive our Smile Actives Tartar Control toothpaste also absolutely free as our gift to you. Pay only $24.95 and save over 65% when you order today. And we'll even ship Smile Actives to you absolutely free. If you are not loving your whiter, brighter smile, then return the bottles within 60 days and we'll give you your money back. So call or go online now and take advantage of this special holiday offer.
Emma, promise you won't vape, Emma. Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
You got a minute?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
What would you do for clean water? For over 700 million people around the world, the answer is literally anything. Walk for hours, stop going to school, sacrifice sleep, health, money, and time, all for water that's not even safe to drink. It doesn't have to be this way. This is a problem we can solve together. Join Charity Water in our mission to end the global water crisis. Visit charitywater.org today.
It's easy to stay safe online. Learn more at CISA.gov/secure-our-world.
Hey, small business owners, your company may need to file its beneficial ownership information with the federal government.
There was a part of it that I think disqualifies you.
What's that?
When you go number one greatest. Because greatest is number one. You were super redundant.
You did that to me. I wanted to punch you right in the scalp.
When?
When I said when Lindor hit the grand slam, I said grand slam home run.
Because it's something that bothers
me.
Eat it. You know what? A lot of baseball announcers do it.
Well, you know what? Because
and they're
you're
wrong.
in the moment.
Grand slam can only be a home run. Can only be a home run.
But isn't that like an old school saying? It's a grand slam home run.
No, grand slam, period. Stop. Out.
All right.
Drop the mic.
I was in the moment.
Are you sure that's true?
I'm certain.
No,
grand slam can only be a home run.
It's not a type of home run?
Yeah. It's a grand slam.
But there's a two-run home run.
That would be like you saying a two-run home run. A grand slam is bases loaded home run. You can't say grand slam home run. It's redundant, pedantic, and really downright insulting.
Well, wait a minute. Well, let's say I come home.
Yeah.
All right. I take Marco to his baseball game.
Okay.
And we go to his game. He hits a grand slam. And then to celebrate, I go to Denny's and give him the grand slam breakfast.
Right.
And then Marco comes home and he tells Nancy, I had a grand slam.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay for him to say I had a grand slam home run so he can show the difference between the breakfast and the baseball field?
No.
Because if he says I had a grand slam, well, which one did you have, the breakfast or the home run? So you have to say grand slam home run to signify that it was a baseball one and not the breakfast. Peter, I'm right here, and I think I've cornered him.
No, you haven't.
Peter, I think I got it.
It's not a bad point that you're making. And
But
he does seem like he's
said
reeling.
he hit a grand. Forget about Marco and Denny's.
No, I'm just saying
you said he hit a grand slam home run.
Because I was in the
What
moment.
could he have done other than hit a home run?
I was in the moment trying to sell a radio show to our audience.
Right.
And then you played, 8th grade English teacher and you just ruined the moment.
But you know what? I'm sorry I did it to you.
No, it wasn't to you. It was to the show, to our audience.
It bothers me that there are professional broadcasts. You can listen to tapes. You can listen to anything on MLB.com. They actually say grand slam home run. It's disgusting.
That's strong. Oh, and what if you heard Vince Scully say it?
He wouldn't say it.
You sure?
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Well, he wouldn't say it anymore.
That's not right.
Well, he wouldn't.
I know, but
he never said it, and he's never ever going to say it
because he's no longer with us.
Right.
But my God, Michael, just let it be sometimes, man. We're just having a moment.
Yeah. Well, that's a moment for me.
So if you were my color guy,
right?
And you wouldn't step on my call because you're a professional. But after the celebration, you would say, by the way, audience, that's actually a grand slam.
Every time I work with anybody, if they make a mistake, you know what I do? First of all, there are lowlifes in this business that correct people on the air. I will write it down on a piece of paper and shove it under their nose. Go.
Well, that's not what you did.
Not a grand slam home run.
But
try to be great here. All right? Try to entertain. You're the one who taught me that.
That's right. 1, 2, 3. Be good.
We had that today, didn't we?
Dan Grassa just asked me a fabulous trivia question.
What was it?
When was the last time
1984
that a World Series had the two? Something just came across Michael's desk.
Yeah.
The last time the World Series was played with the two eventual league MVPs against each other.
Last time a World Series was played.
He said it would happen this century.
It happened this century.
That's right.
Was it Cardinals Red Sox in 2013?
He didn't give me the answer yet.
Well, what are we doing?
Well, maybe he's listening. He'll run in. But
Wait. He asked you just to think about it?
Dan, I've been thinking about it.
And he said it's this century.
He said it's this century.
All right, so Altuve won the year in 17. Anybody on the Dodgers win? Yeah, that might have been Bellinger, right? There it is. There's your answer. Is that it? 2017?
Well, I was thinking.
Grassa just stared you right down.
Wait a minute.
Disgusted with you.
All right. 2009.
Right.
Yankees, Phillies.
Right.
Did Howard win the National League MVP that year? And was it A-Rod in the American League?
I don't know if A-Rod won in 2009 because he missed the first month.
Just get him in here. I want to answer.
Well, he probably had this for his show.
Well, he didn't say that.
And he's not going to ask the audience. And
I got for my show. I'm a big.
yeah, he's got more than that. Stan Grosson, for God's sake.
So just off the cuff, I said 09, and Michael said 17.
It's kind of like an in the middle between the two. It wasn't like a very popular World Series nationally.
Was it Red Sox Cardinals?
2012, San Francisco, Detroit.
Oh, Cabrera and Posey.
There you go.
Wow, how about that?
How about that?
You're impressed that I even came up with that, right?
Right off the top
Well,
of your
I
head.
gave you the year, so I mean that was.
Well, I mean,
half the battle.
Peter had.
But that was
You
tremendous.
could have given me the
That was
initial.
tremendous recall by you. It was great.
No.
BP.
No.
He's taking a shot at your baseball
No.
knowledge.
By the way, if you'd given me Detroit MC, I would have gotten it.
You think so?
Yes.
Really?
It might have been the only player from the team I'd gotten in the last 20 years, but I would have gotten it.
Dan, I got to ask you a personal question.
Yes, sir.
Have you been lifting? Or are you taking steroids? Because you're busting out of your black
Or
t-shirt.
you're buying shirts with baby gas.
No, it's good.
Well, see, he
This is your friend.
I know.
He said you're
I know.
buying shirts with baby
I
gas.
was given options. That's all.
What were the options?
The options where you're working out or you're buying your shirts.
Well, you know,
baby gas.
I'm a steadfast athletic freak when it comes to staying fit. You know?
That's right.
Oh,
He
you
got
know
in,
what?
got
You
in
look
a training
terrific.
block today, as a matter of fact.
He's a
It's
runner.
more cardio, though.
Really?
The running, yeah. Try to get his
Now,
running.
you just celebrated birthday. You want to tell us what birthday it was?
Sure, 46.
You don't look 46. You look like you're in your 30s.
So why should I hide that?
You
right?
shouldn't.
That's what I mean. So I
You're
got nothing to
showing the
hide.
guns.
Yeah,
They're impressive.
It's not so much the guns. Like I said, we just want to be in good shape and
Yeah.
you know, stay youthful.
Yeah.
As much as you can.
You think
He's
that
got a
his,
little Sebastian Maniscalco
I just
to
don't.
him.
I've heard that before,
Yeah.
actually.
No, you got a little Maniscalco, but you think you would describe his arms as busting out of his shirt?
I don't
right
think
now?
they're
I thought
busting.
so. Yeah,
That's not what we're going for.
I'm just here to be
they're
honest with you.
straining.
He's like a normal guy wearing a shirt right now.
Yeah,
I mean, we work at a state. I saw Bart Scott earlier today.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I never took steroids, no.
Oh, you
Well,
say
no, it's the
Bart
NFL.
did?
It's the NFL community. It's guilt by
Well,
association.
yeah, he does openly talk about it. So.
Right.
Wait, he says that he did steroids?
I mean,
I don't know that.
he implies things were done.
Well, I don't know that to be factual.
work with
Just-
him a lot.
I think we're a little loose here today, guys.
You think so?
Well, he's
But not his
he's a
shirt.
teammate.
Oh, we're kidding around.
Not his shirt, though.
Don't you know it's all performative?
That's all.
That's our get out of jail
I
free
would
card.
put the numerical value of him listening at 0, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Who do you like, Yankees, Dodgers?
Oh, are we allowed to disclose this yet?
It's up to you. I don't want
It's
to
up
ruin
to
your
you.
show.
Did you give your picks yet?
Not yet.
So let's
Friday.
We'll do it Friday.
Let's hold it.
All right, let's hold it.
I'd
Yeah.
like to
have
tell
it
the
between now
social
and then.
media people because they needed our
There
picks.
could be a
They
boat
hammer
trip
you
or
about those or
something.
what?
Oh,
guys,
by the way,
remember this?
it was not Cabrera, I'm told. It was Verlander who won the MVP in 2012.
Yeah, I would have remembered him too. If you'd
that's
said
right.
JV.
That was when
JV?
he won the the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
By the way, this happened a couple of weeks ago on the Barton Hahn vehicle.
Bart, you look great though, man. What are you on?
Wow.
Well, I don't think. You think
Yeah,
Rogers
you
was
can say what do you want. It doesn't mean that he's injecting
Yeah,
himself with
especially with Rogers. It could be,
PEDs.
you know,
Mushrooms.
it could be anything.
Yeah.
Ayahuasca.
Bart, you look great though, man.
I don't even know
What
what
are
he
you
said
on?
'cause I don't have headphones on.
He said,
so
Bart, you look great. What are you on?
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, you're at the facility. Do you think anything's going on?
Those are behind closed doors. I'm not giving
Or do you mean,
access
do you
to
mean
that.
with the Jets in general?
No, it's just what do you
With
think
performance
Rogers?
enhancing?
What do you think Rogers was talking about? PEDs or something else?
I didn't hear what was
Rogers
said.
said to Scott, you look great. What do you want?
Well, Bart's in good shape for a retired player. Like most of those guys let themselves go. He's in good shape.
Really good shape.
Just takes care of himself, just like I do.
So funny.
Nothing more, nothing less.
What
nothing
did
fancy.
Don's very close with you. What did he get you for? I asked him what he got you for your birthday.
Nothing.
He said a half hour of conversation.
Half hour. It was quality
It was
conversation.
It was a lot of give and take. I said, "What am I supposed to get?"
What am I, 12?
After pin to tail on the donkey, I gave him a gift.
Yeah.
12. I mean, you don't get birthday gifts now when you're 46.
Not from
When
your
was
like
the last
adult
time you gave a
friends.
birthday gift to a friend?
By the way, this
Do you give something to Mike Breen every time it's his birthday?
all the time.
What? Give me an example.
He's lying.
Like those fruit baskets that look like flowers.
Oh, what, the edible arrangements?
Oh, he loves those.
How fresh you think the fruit are in the other?
I think they're very.
arrangements? Is it fresh?
They do a
Very
good
fresh.
job.
Can we
They're
vouch for
touched
that?
by a lot of hands, but they're very fresh.
it's one of the all-time
They're
rackets.
really good.
I like a nice edible arrangement.
It's terrific.
Well, the very specific edible arrangements are good. When you get the bad one, though, that's like just mediocre fruit.
Yeah, I think that's
Define a mediocre fruit.
One that's from edible arrangements.
No, but like specifically.
Like, if it doesn't have chocolate on it and it's from edible arrangements, it's not where I need my fruit
You
to
know
come
what?
from.
I I don't know if you could be wrong.
Disagree.
More wrong.
Chocolate's not a fruit. I mean, the whole thing with edible arrangements is fruit.
Correct. And my point is this. If it doesn't have some sort of other thing that sweetens it up and makes it good,
right?
I can go to Trader Joe's and find a better piece of fruit.
Yeah, but not looking like a flower.
Right, exactly.
But I don't care. It tastes the same.
You have to have an artistic quotient to you to be able to make that.
You know, we have such an easy time getting sponsors. You eliminating one just really helps.
Well, when was the last time you heard a read from them?
Well, you know, we're not
but
going
you could
to
have
now.
been saying that's an option.
Last time I heard
It's
a
an
read
edible
wasn't 12
option.
years old.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that great trivia question.
Good
And
to see
you
you.
have anything good on your show coming up?
No, it's all bad.
Really?
Yeah, mediocre to subpar. Nothing
You got a
good.
full
But,
show
you know,
today, though?
The whole vehicle.
Mediocre for you is great for others.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I've heard you.
But sun's out, guns out.
Yeah.
Do you
Baby
guys,
gap.
Did you hear how similar they are, though? When we just asked him about his birthday, and Dan goes, "No, what am I, 12?" Off the air yesterday, Don said, "What am I, 6?"
Not because Don's older. He goes, what am I saying?
I think I did say 12.
And did you hear that he immediately said Detroit? They're the same person.
Yeah, they're the same person.
Well,
Dan's a little better looking.
The sense of humor, though, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Even the people nearest and dearest to me, like family, like, what do you want for birthday? Nothing. What do I need? I'm not 5. You know, it's like when you're a kid. If I want something, I
Natalie
get it.
got you something.
Yeah, but I told her she didn't have to, and she was like fighting me for it. She's like, "No, I got to get you something."
If your wife didn't get you a gift, you wouldn't be upset. I don't think I talked to Jody for a month if she didn't give me a gift.
month?
Yeah.
No, but what is it? She goes, "What do you want?"
And I always say, whatever you want.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like, you don't got to get me anything.
I don't make a Christmas list out for her.
No, but she goes all out, though.
What'd she
She
do?
decorates the house and everything.
Wow.
And
She
puts up
loves
the
you.
balloons and the signs and all that stuff.
Did she make you a delicious Portuguese dish or anything?
Cupcakes?
Nice. Very
I
well known
like
in Portuguese.
I like a nice
In
cupcake.
Portugal, yeah.
They're American, though. And she got the cake, what is it, Cold Stone. You ever do the Cold Stone?
A Cold Stone cake? I've
Yeah.
never done one.
Oh, they're good.
Really?
They're
No.
better than the Tom Carvel, actually.
Whoa!
So you can't go wrong with a cookie puss.
Well, you
Come
can't
on.
go wrong with a cookie puss, but you got the cake in the Cold Stone. It's the cake part with the ice cream.
Right.
That
I'd
gives it
rather
that
have the
little
ice
extra-
cream and the little chocolate things in there. That have
The
Carvel.
crunch.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know
Those are
about any of
terrific.
that. I've never had a Cold
Oh, you
Stone
get like
cake.
some cookie dough. Oh.
Better than Fudgy?
Fudgy the Whale. You can't
They still do a Fudgy the Whale?
Of course
Do they still
really,
do a
yeah.
Fudgy the Whale? What are you saying?
What's wrong with you?
Are you a communist?
I can't even tell. I can't even tell you where the closest Carvel is to where I am. When was the last time you went into a Carvel?
Once every 3 weeks.
There's one close to him. I'm being serious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I go quite a bit too on Long Island.
Carvel is everything you can dream about.
Remember Dave Rothenberg saying this?
Is there a Jewish cookie puss, like a cookie pussberg?
A cookie pussberg. That's
What's wrong
right.
with him?
All right, thank you, Dan.
See you guys.
Enjoy your
Have
show.
a great show.
Let's
Great
go to
program.
John in Rockland.
Hi, John.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. Real quick. Oh, shit, my thing fell off. Just 1 second. My AirPods fell off.
All right.
Real quick.
Goodbye.
All right, so moratorium on John?
Yeah, John might be done. 'Cause
Okay.
Didn't John say something that was ridiculous?
I gave him
yesterday?
another chance from earlier in the week.
Now, John was on hold, I'd say, for an hour and 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
So we finally take the call, and he's conducting business there. What was he saying?
I think there might have been a swear word.
I think there was a swear in there too.
Really?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
then
he dropped
that's
an
it.
S-bomb.
No, 2 week more. He cannot call
Ever.
during the World Series, which is going to hurt him, because that's his wheelhouse, as they say.
That's right.
Let's go to Keith in New Jersey.
Hi, Keith.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Thanks for taking my call. I just have a couple quick points if you let me get through, and then I'll hang up and listen. So I'm excited about the series. I think the first 2 series are great, and I feel like the first 4 in the lineup for each team is pretty closely matched. The only thing I'm worried about is I feel like with the rest of the lineup in the Dodgers, with Kike, Teoscar, and Edman, I just feel like they're a lot better than the rest of the Yankees lineup. And my other point was just about Soto, with everything about signing him afterwards. It would be great to have him and everything, and obviously I feel like they should go for him. But do you somewhat feel like maybe not, if we didn't sign Soto, it would actually be better than in that way to have all that money that would have been on him to spend on 2 or 3 really great free agents rather than just on one.
But who are these three great free agents? I mean,
well, I don't really know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know off the top of my head. I just
the
not a lot out there.
I don't know. I mean, Corbin Burns is a great pitcher. Are you going to bring him in? Does that make you better than having Soto play 162 games? It's going to be a very tough disconnect if they don't sign Soto.
All I'll say, it's not something you root for, but I do think it's a nice fallback if you don't sign Soto, that you'll have a lot of money to be able to fill some other holes. I don't think it's your go-to, Michael, but it could be a nice positive byproduct of not having Soto, that you'll have other directions to go and more money to fill other holes.
Now, he made a point that a lot of people say, the top of the lineups are similar, but Edman, Teoscar, Kike, they're all better than what the Yankees have. Well, are they really, or did they just have a butter series against the Mets? Tommy Edman, I know he batted cleanup in one of the games against the Mets and hit 2 home runs.
No, he's been good.
Is he scared? I mean, does he scare you? Do you think he's much better than Jazz Chisholm? No.
But he has been better.
He has been better.
And Kike's been like an ungodly postseason player for some reason.
I get it. So, I mean, Will Smith was in a terrible slump before he had a home run in that last game. Is he better than Austin Wells? Now, Austin Wells has been in a terrible slump the whole post. I'm just saying that the potential for the Yankees in the bottom 5 could be just as good if they suddenly wake up and hit. They need to have slugging from 5 to 9.
I think if I had to give an edge, I'd probably give the edge to the Dodgers up and down. But you're right. I mean, if Soto and Judge do Soto and Judge stuff, Michael, is it going to matter?
It will matter. You've got to have the bottom of the order do something. You can't give a pitcher a landing spot. Now, the bottom of the order, I believe that Rizzo's OPS was over 1,000 in the series against the Guardians, and I thought that Volpe was great. But you got to have some slug from the bottom of the order. They weren't doing anything. Verdugo didn't hit.
Right.
Chisholm has disappeared in this postseason, and Wells has disappeared. So you need those guys to hit.
No, you definitely do. No question.
Let's go to let's do it. Richard in Manhattan. Richard,
what can go wrong?
Hey, fellas, Bronny James, he should develop into a three-point shooter. That's all he should do, shoot threes. He could stay in the NBA. And I love what LeBron's doing. Look, you had the 2 girls last month in the U.S. Open, billionaire's daughters, and Bronny, billionaire's son. So I love it.
But the billionaire daughters deserve to be there.
Pagula earned her way there.
Yeah, I understand, but different way.
Did Bronny?
This kid could have went so many different ways. The son of a great player like LeBron. Anyway, now let's go back.
But that still doesn't make him good enough to be in the league yet, Richard.
Well, that's something different. I enjoy watching him.
You
Peter,
enjoyed the 3 minutes yesterday?
That's okay. I want to see him develop into a three-point shooter.
But why?
He should be in the gym shooting 1,000 shots.
But then Peter could go to the NBA and be a three-point shooter. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's
all right.
He hasn't done it yet.
Fernando. As far as Fernando, Peter, during the Fernando mania, let me tell you what was going on. The #1 song in '81, Jesse's Girl, Rick Springfield. Man, that was wonderful. And that song launched. Do you know what it launched around that time? In '81, Peter? MTV. And the #1 movie at that time when the Yankees played the Dodgers, Body Heat. William Hurt, Kathleen Turner, you can't get a better movie than that. Isn't it poetic that Fernando would die 2 weeks after El Tiante dies? And, I mean, you can't get 2 greater Spanish pitchers. All we have left now is Juan Marichal and maybe Ed Figueroa. But Fernando was unbelievable. And, Michael, you're right, him and Vida Blue. Dwight, couldn't I throw in there?
Yeah.
Fidrich was unbelievable, but very short. These other guys were lasting. And, fellas, one last thing as far as Steinbrenner. Hal Steinbrenner, I'll put in a class as a son of a billionaire that's keeping legacy going. I give Hal a lot of credit. He could have sold the team and not been interested, so I give him a lot of credit. I love what he does with the Yankees. Anything he says, I believe and I listen to, so I really think what he's doing is great. So I just want to get that out there because he could have went in a lot of different directions, and he's keeping the Yankees going, and I just think it's fantastic.
All right, thank you. Could have gone in a lot of different directions. The thing that he said best, that this young man could have gone a bad route. He seems like a delightful kid. That doesn't mean that the story is not manufactured.
I said that earlier.
Yeah.
By the way, it's of course he obviously worked his tail off, and you got to give credit to a rich kid who, rather than getting stoned with his friends and just getting all the girls in high school, decided to work constantly and have a chance to make the league. But that still doesn't mean that he's league ready now, which he clearly is not.
One thing I will say, and I've said this off the air, and I'm going to bring it on the air right now. He's model good looking.
Bronny?
Yeah.
Great looking kid.
Great looking kid.
No, he's much better looking than his dad.
But his mom's beautiful.
Yeah, he got more Savannah than LeBron.
Yeah, he's a great looking young man.
So he's got options.
He's going to do well on the road, I'd say.
He's going to do.
But I mean,
he's going to do well at home too.
Do you do well on the road when your dad's watching? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what.
I don't know if any of it is
like if you. I'm not saying Bronny, but if you and Marco were both in the big leagues together.
Right.
And Marco is bringing 3 women back to the hotel room, but you're in the lobby talking with. I mean, would you be proud or would you be disgusted?
I don't want to answer that.
I don't think you know how to answer it. You have to experience it. It could feel really awkward.
I think it would feel awkward.
I'm gonna lay out.
And LeBron's gonna go, hey, Bronny, what time we get up for breakfast tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll call you, Dad. I'll call you, Bron.
I'll call you, Bron. That's right.
Well, we got a big show tomorrow.
Well,
we're start preparing right now.
We're a day closer
to the World Series.
To the World Series.
Yeah. Are you ready for that?
I'm very ready.
You sure?
Are we going to be in the Bronx for any games?
I have not heard that. I will.
What about me and Don?
I don't know. You're both invited to the trailer. I'll be doing the show from the trailer.
I'm good.
You think could we at least? You think we could get a credential?
You better start now.
Should we look into that, Don?
Yeah, it's a little late, but thanks for trying. Anyway, it's been fun, everybody. Billy Joel, please take us home.
That's a wrap on the show for today. Coming up at 7 o'clock, our coverage of the Nets and Hawks tipping off their 24-25 season commences with the pregame show. For all of us here on the Michael K. Show, this is Chris Sheeran saying have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The Michael K. Show on Yes is brought to you in part by Mezcal Campante. This season's must-drink Mezcal. Champions drink Campante.
Get 3.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,000 purchase allowance on most 2024 Cadillac models when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Are you prepared for the change in seasons? Get your $69 seasonal HVAC tune-up from the pros at A.J. Perry, and you'll ensure peak system efficiency and help prevent costly breakdowns all year. Call 844-668-7555 to schedule your appointment.
Misty? You know this person?
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptations treats.
When you order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use for a future pizza emergency. So you'll have a free pizza when you need it most. Get your emergency pizza when you order Domino's online.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Bye.
Dinner's ready.
Ball game over. American League Championship Series over. And the Yankees aren't going to the World Series.
The doctor said I only had a 29% chance to find you. But I knew you were out there. Every night, even when my heart was sad, I wished for you to sign up. I got so sick that I couldn't go to school, but I still made people laugh. But when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever. Sincerely, Owen.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at nmdp.org.
That 808, can you feel that BASS bass?
Love the way you move with intelligent around view monitor on the all-new reimagined Nissan Kicks.
Now get a low $239 per month lease for 36 months on the all-new Nissan Kicks.
Untuck It makes every guy look better. From tall to short, from big to slim. From our iconic button-downs for all shapes and sizes to a whole lot more. Try us today. Untuck It. We just make guys look better. Oh, and we make great styles for her, too. Find the perfect fit at untuckit.com in more than 80 stores worldwide.
If you're an asbestos victim, pay close attention. Billions of dollars are being paid out to people like you. We should know. We're Whites in Luxembourg, the law firm that already won over $9 billion for men and women just like you. That's right, over $9 billion for mesothelioma sufferers and their families. We know you're short of money, and we know you're short of time, so we fight hard. Call Whites in Luxembourg at 917-LAWYERS. That's 917-LAWYERS. Whites in Luxembourg, winning big for the little guy.
Every championship has a story.
Yes, boss, right physicality.
Boston is expectations.
Fires up the three.
We're only hoisting championship banners here.
Until you become a Celtic, you don't really understand.
Biggest stage, here we go.
And if we don't win a championship, it's going to be a failure.
I'm tired. Get them on the next one.
It was a real life movie.
Watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
Good morning and welcome to HSS Training Center. It is my honor and pleasure to be here with all of you on this very special day for the Nets organization.
Jordi Fernandez has been working almost his whole life for this very opportunity.
It was pretty easy to see from day one, some of the intangibles that Jordi has both on and off the court. His obviously player relationships. Everybody we talked to said, he has an innate ability to hold people accountable, to love people, to really get a response out of players.
Talk. Good.
The players spoke extremely highly of you. My peer GM spoke extremely high of you, and other coaches around the league spoke extremely high of you.
It's once in a lifetime that you get to be a head coach for the first time in the NBA, and like I've always said, I would love to retire my coaching career in the NBA as a Nets head coach. So very excited, not just for me, for my family, my wife, my kids, be part of the community and just start building this the right way.
The NBA's first ever head coach, born in Spain, gets to mold a team in his vision with his skills, the ones he's been honing since he was 15 in his home country. The journey has taken him across Europe, to the G League, an assistant's role in the association, 2 Olympics, and now Brooklyn.
Came from Europe as a player development coach, worked as a player development coach for 4 years in Cleveland, worked in the G League as an assistant coach and then head coach. Obviously, all those years were very heavy development, so that's how I grew into the NBA business. You have to produce and make players better. Then moving into Denver, which obviously I was there for Jamal's rookie year, Nicola's second year. I was there for 6 years. A team that was developed from the draft all the way to winning a championship. And then in Sacramento, we're a fairly young team. We turn it around. So I think that my development as a coach, I think that it's pretty clear that my goal is to make players better, no matter where they are at the point of their career. Here we go, last one. Do it perfect. I've been around winning teams, not just in the NBA, but also with national teams, Spain, Nigeria, and Team Canada. So that's what you can expect. It's not going to be perfect. I don't have all the answers, but I'm going to try really hard. And at the end of the day, that's always worked for me.
He's European, he can adapt a little bit to me, understand me, maybe a little better than everybody else. What he did with Team Canada was pretty impressive, and I always watch Sacramento games because they had the playing style I really liked, and he wanted to do the same thing here, being really aggressive on the defensive end and on the offensive end, play with pace.
Quick.
Him telling me the ways that he would want to utilize my skill set, maybe putting the ball in my hands a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball, sharpening up some things like with passing, and just expanding my games in those ways, and also staying sharp on the defensive side of the ball.
Don't overreact. Good. Great. Rebound. Good job.
As this group learns from each other, evolves together, they will be writing on blank pages. The season script unwritten, and Brooklyn is confident in the coach holding the pen.
He a competitor. He love to win. He like when things get ugly and guys are barking and jawing at each other. I think Coach really, he really get on one when we do that.
That's nice. It's pretty nice.
Knows the game, loves the game. A lot of energy, very transparent. So I feel like that's really everything I know so far. Obviously, the way he sees the game, the different schemes we'll be doing offensively, defensively, still learning that, figure out how he wants us to play fully. But so far, everything's been good.
Our main goal is to represent the Brooklyn grit, right? And that's going to be our Brooklyn way. Play extremely hard, show improvement. Just a team that every single person on the street can watch and just say, I like how they play, I like how hard they play, how connected they are, how they support each other, and they feel represented by the way we play. Family on three, 1, 2, 3.
The Bronx Bombers are primed for an epic fall classic with the Dodgers.
We're going to the dance.
And yes, it's your Yankees World Series home with extended pre- and post-game coverage around every Yankees game.
This is what Cole is built for.
Game 1 pregame begins Friday at 6:30 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
When I take the bike out like this, all my stresses just melt away.
I hear that. This bad boy can fix anything.
Yeah, tough day at work. Nice cruiser sorts you right out.
When I'm riding, I'm not even thinking about my painful cavity.
Oh, you shouldn't ignore that.
And every time I get stressed about having to pay my bills, I just hop on the bike, man.
Oh, come on, man. You got to pay your bills.
You don't have to worry about anything when you're protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer.
Well, you definitely do. Those things aren't related, so...
Oh, that is a vibrating pain.
Do you spend hours maintaining your gutters? Save that time with LeafGuard's maintenance-free system. Call 1-833-2-GUTTERS. Mesh filters sit on top of your gutters, building up debris and eventually clogging. Then they need to be cleaned too. Honestly, your home should have been built with LeafGuard gutters. LeafGuard's wraparound hood deflects debris and keeps water away from your home. The one-piece seamless system is strong, 20% thicker than average, and built to last. Plus, LeafGuard is guaranteed to never clog for as long as you own your home. Right now, get a complete LeafGuard system for only $99 down, $99 a month, and $99 installation. You'll also receive a $100 Visa gift card with a free gutter inspection and in-home estimate. Damage from clogged gutters can cost you thousands. Never worry about clogged gutters again. Don't wait, you've still got time. Call 1-833-2-GUTTERS today. That's 1-833-2-GUTTERS.
Visit linkedbylovetv.org to learn more about kidney disease, transplantation, and prevention. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
Nets Magazine is brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO.
So one of my hobbies is to go find a record store, and a lot of times you come and you just look and you don't get anything, but sometimes you just, leave these places with a lot of records, and this was the first one that I visited in Brooklyn. So, we're gonna go and swim through a lot of them, see what we can find. Music brings emotions, or good emotions in a good way, and helps people. So I think that, you can just listen to music, you can play music in the background. There's many different ways you can enjoy it. You can go to a concert. So I've always been a big fan just because I grew up like that. Same with like eating together, cooking together. That's a big part of my culture. And I love cooking. And again, like cooking and playing a record is probably one of my favorite things to do with my kids, my wife, and having friends at home. I have this Led Zeppelin, Stairways to Heaven, probably my favorite song. My dad used to play Led Zeppelin a lot. Madonna, who doesn't like Madonna, right? When I grew up, my parents played records in Spain, and you gotta play the whole album, and artists put songs together in a way that, there's a reason why they're in certain order, and you have to listen to the whole thing. So I enjoy just playing records. In my house, the rule is whatever record you choose, at least you gotta go one side, and then the next person can pick the next record. So a lot of times you sell things through your eyes, and the album covers are always important. Now that I remember, I have the David Bowie album that he has the lightning bulb in his face. The Beatles' Yellow Submarine has got pretty cool artwork. I think family, my parents used to play them when I was a little kid. Then, went away from it, as you guys remember, the CDs and all that stuff, cassettes. But then when I coached in the G League, Steve Hetzel, who was my lead assistant here, we coached together there, and he had a record collection, and I was like, I should go back to, play records again. I got this one too, Jimi Hendrix. This is a must-have. That's when it started. I think it was 2013, 14, and now I think I have over 500 records. And I usually remember when I buy all of them, or who gave me this record. Pearl Jam, do you guys know whose favorite band is? Pearl Jam? Huh? Sean Marks. You come to the house, and I believe that you'll find something you like. So I have all different type of music, and that's a cool thing. Just go search, play one, and you're in charge of the next one, the next person, the next one. So sometimes what happens is that I forget that I have an album, and I'm like, oh, I forgot I had this one, and I love it, and then I play it. I love this Queen album. Jamiroquai and Jackson 5. Right now, there's we have all this technology and social media. I believe at some point we'll go back to going places with no technology, and a place that you have to just get to know people by talking to them, and that's going to be a special thing at some point. Right now, we live in a life that you don't need to personally interact with people. And I think that this almost brings me back to not real relationships, but a different way.
Stay tuned to get this free 4-piece square pan set. You can fry in it, steam in it, and its enormous capacity is enough for the whole family. Also get this free 6-piece knife set with stainless steel precision blades and non-stick coating. It includes every knife you'll ever need. Together, they're a $100 value. Stay tuned to get them free. Does your cookware stick and scratch? These particles in your food can be toxic. Now there's a new generation of cookware. Cookware that will bring style and functionality to your kitchen like never before. Introducing Gotham Steel Cream. Cookware meticulously engineered with super strong titanium and ultra slick ceramic. This cookware excels beyond others with 2 times better nonstick release. Now you can cook healthier without butter, fat, or oil. It's like cooking on a cushion of tear, no sticking, and it all wipes clean with ease. No more hot spots or burning. Everything is cooked with precision, heated evenly throughout, even in the oven up to 500 degrees. It's every pan you'll ever need in the kitchen with 2 times better nonstick release. All dishwasher safe. Similar sets can cost up to $500, but get the Gotham Steel Cream 10-piece set for just 5 easy payments of $49.99, and we'll even ship them to you free. Order right now and we'll drop 1 payment. That's just 4 easy payments of $49.99. But wait, you'll also get the free extra large square pan set. It's the perfect blend of style and functionality. Plus, the large square shape fits an entire family meal. Also, get this free knife set. Slice, dice, and chop with precision using our premium coated stainless steel blades designed for effortless cutting and long-lasting sharpness. You'll get this huge 20-piece set with free shipping. Response has been overwhelming, so don't miss out. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-501-9337 or go online to GothamCreamSet.com. That's 1-800-501-9337 or go to GothamCreamSet.com.
When the NBA season comes to a close, players shift into off-season mode, a crucial time for development and recovery. Many hit the gym, fine-tuning their skills and improving their game. Some travel and spend time with family, while others dive into community work, giving back through camps and charitable events.
The off-season's been pretty long. Just went home, Virginia, laid low, worked out. Just worked out, really worked on myself, worked on becoming a better player and all that stuff. Just getting ready for the season, just trying to be a better version of myself.
My main priority for me was, trying to get stronger, playing the 5. So been working on my legs a lot this all season. My touch around the rim, passing and catching the ball, just the same things that, helped me excel last season, trying to perfect them going to this off season.
It was great. Good time off first with the family. Got on vacation with the family, with the whole family, my mom and my siblings and all them. And got good time off, and then we went to the Olympics in France. That was great for every athlete. I think that's the biggest accomplishment, being there and compete for your country and carrying the flag. I think that was one of the biggest things I accomplished in life, and big statement from Germany as well. A country who letting me, carry the flag out. That was pretty impressive.
One of the most notable things to happen during the NBA offseason is Summer League, where rookies and second-year players showcase their skills to get the attention of NBA coaches and scouts. One player that sparkled in Summer League for the Nets is Jalen Wilson, who was recognized as the league's MVP.
I just approached the summer league as a chance. Obviously, we all wanted to win. The year before, we got knocked out going into the championship, and that was just something I really wanted to do. I knew that we would all pretty much have the same group of guys, bad young guys playing again, and we all wanted to win. And I also wanted just to come and maximize the opportunity that we all have. I think we all know the opportunity we have to play and to get better this year and to get real minutes. And I saw that Summer League was the first step in kind of cementing that. And I just took every game as an opportunity and just wanted to attack and be aggressive in everything that I did offensively and defensively.
Just continuing to work on my body, continuing to stay sharp around the rim, free throw shooting, trying to, get a little mid-range, working on my touch. And like I said, the strength piece and continuing staying sharp on the defensive side of the ball. And also just the mental aspect of the game, just trying to be more vocal out here for my teammates, stepping into more of a leadership role.
Just a few weeks into the NBA offseason, Nets general manager Sean Marks executed a historic trade between Brooklyn and the crosstown rivals Knicks that saw Mikal Bridges move across the river while the Nets acquired a litany of assets.
The roster certainly looks different than when I first inherited here. And as I mentioned before, the draft assets and the flexibility that we have moving forward are unlike possibly anybody's ever seen before.
The Nets also locked up one of their focal pieces over the summer, keeping 25-year-old Nick Claxton in the fold.
I feel loved, I feel appreciated. You know, I feel the love from the whole organization, from the city. And honestly, it was an easy process. You know, my agents worked everything out with the front office, and we worked out the numbers, and we got a nice deal done.
High motor for sure, and just always where you need to be. When you mess up on defensive plays, you better clean it up, make us guards look good. So, elite rim protector, elite lob threat, and just elite in general. So,
how you can stay in front of guards, you know, blocking shots, changing shots, being the defensive anchor for our team. It's really big time.
Behind Claxton, Brooklyn returns Day'Ron Sharpe, who established himself as a solid backup option last season, and Noah Clowney, the 20-year-old big man who looks to continue adding to his game this year.
Yeah, well, us three, I mean, it's so dope. We're all from the Carolinas, North Carolina. Day'Ron, and then me and Noah being from South Carolina, so we automatically just click with us being from the Carolinas. So it's really seamless with us all just being on the same page. We kind of got that same, like, Southern spirit, and, you know, we have to hold it down this year. We're, you know, somewhat young as a front court, but I'm looking forward to, you know, me, Ben, Noah, and Day'Ron holding it down.
Entering his 12th NBA season, Dennis Schroeder is looking forward to his first full season in Brooklyn after an unforgettable experience as captain of the German national team during the Olympics.
Yeah, we're gonna give everything we have as a team. I think we got really a lot of young guys, but a good mix with veterans, and they're hungry. I watched minicamp, was here for minicamp, and how Jordy wants to play is pretty special.
Dennis is a very unique vet because he's played in the NBA for 12 years and he just turned 31. Very excited to have him because he knows what it means to be in a winning team, and I like his character. He's got a strong character, and I think that ultimately we have to compete at a high level, and he's always done it. So he's going to help the rest of the group, leading by example for sure.
Fiery competitor, very crafty, good defender, will pick up full court, a lot of energy, leader, plays to win. I respect that. He plays to win for sure.
Cam Thomas looks to continue excelling as the Nets' primary scoring option. Himself and Coach Fernandez are in lockstep on what he needs to bring to the court every night.
Cam Thomas, he's a weapon right on the court. Yeah, his superpower is to score in many different ways. He finds the way, gets to the free throw line. I also believe he can take that next step, being more efficient with the shots, improving his playmaking and his cutting, and then defensively is probably the biggest challenge. And I'm going to be there every day. You know, probably I'll be annoying for him, but I can promise you that that's my goal. And again, it's because I believe that Cam can be way better than what he is, and he's very good right now. But ultimately, he can be very, very good for the group.
He has high expectations for me. He expects a lot from me this year. Just be better in that, in a way of scoring, more efficient with it. He just wants to take it to another level and be up there with like some of the top scorers in the league. So I feel like he's gonna help me and put me in better positions to score the ball at a very efficient level. So can't wait to see how that looks, and I guess we'll see soon.
This roster is also full of athletic shooters, such as Cam Johnson, whose role should expand as he offers reliable scoring and hustle on both ends.
Ooh, shooter. Knockdown shooter who can score from the three levels. Been putting the ball on the ground a lot more lately in the workouts. But yeah, don't let him see the rim.
CJ been more aggressive taking the rim. You know, he always he's a knockdown shooter always, but like I feel like his off the dribble game has got a lot tighter and a lot better.
Dorian Finney-Smith will offer spot-up shooting and tenacious defense on a team looking to establish an identity.
You know, just hard hat guy. Can guard, can shoot, plays the right way, understands the game, and a great teammate on top of that.
been in the playoffs, and just experienced. Great shooter defensively, taking the best guy every single time. He needs to be our anchor with Nick Claxton on the defensive end.
The Nets also will look for contributions from Ben Simmons. He has wowed teammates as he aims to reestablish himself as a force on the court.
I mean, when he was healthy, he been a two-time All-Star. He done those things. And a lot of people who were talking some trash every single time on the media, it's pissing me off, really. So at the end of the day, for him being healthy and helping us, every single day, it's going to be big time.
Yeah, I think we're going to surprise a lot of people. A lot of people are counting us out because we don't have all-star names anymore. I think a lot of people on this team have a chip on their shoulder and want to prove everybody wrong because I feel like we're a good team. Like on paper, I feel like we can surprise a lot of people. We just got to buy in to what Jordy's telling us. We just got to play together and just hope for the end result is a win.
A team grows in Brooklyn. Block by block. Play by play. Shot by shot.
We got next.
You coming?
What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can with Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day just by brushing your teeth.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste and our patented PolyClean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
You need a simple way to whiten your teeth. Without strips, without trays, without going to the dentist. And it was about time that a product was developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now Smile Actives is even better with new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth. On food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth?
Prepare your teeth for this holiday season and call or go online now. And for a limited time, get Pro Whitening Gel for just $24.95. Order in the next 5 minutes and buy one, get one absolutely free. Plus, you'll receive our Smile Actives Tartar Control toothpaste also absolutely free as our gift to you. Pay only $24.95 and save over 65% when you order today. And we'll even ship Smile Actives to you absolutely free. If you are not loving your whiter, brighter smile, then return the bottles within 60 days and we'll give you your money back. So call or go online now and take advantage of this special holiday offer.
During the offseason, the Nets hosted Brooklyn basketball summer camps where young athletes ages 6 to 14 years old learn the knowledge necessary to improve their basketball skill set while also becoming positive influences in their communities.
As a whole this summer, we're hosting 5 camps throughout Brooklyn, impacting over 250 youth. But overall, we're also including our summer clinics. For that, we have about over 200 clinics, reaching about 3,000 youth as well. And then I'm going to go a little further than that. This past season, we impacted over 40,000 youth through all of our programs. That includes our camps, clinics, educational forums, three-point contests, etc. And our goal is to double that number in the future.
The young players were trained the Brooklyn way, and over the course of the summer, the Nets hosted 2,500 kids through their camps and clinics.
The Brooklyn way, I mean, from my standpoint, from a youth basketball standpoint, is similar to what I mentioned before. It's really growing the game. You know, we're hard-nosed individuals here in the Brooklyn community. We're grinding it out day in and day out. That's what we see from our campers, from our staff. So for us, that's the Brooklyn way. Is really working on that grind to be better than we were the day before.
Yeah, I guess it really hasn't set in that I guess kids are looking up to me yet, but mean, I just see it as an opportunity to give back and just take advantage of this opportunity because I was once one of those kids.
I like how we get to do scrimmages, play against each other. I like how we can do like different shooting drills. I feel great about it. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
You know, the kids come in, their goal here is to really develop their game and create friendships as well. And especially having our players here, it gives them someone to look up to and could be them one day, whether it's the WNBA, the NBA, whatsoever. But it's definitely a growth opportunity for them, both on the court and off the court as well. So.
1, 2, 3, advanced dribble.
In June, new coach Jordi Fernandez paid a visit to one of the camps as well.
I think it's great. Their effort was amazing, great listeners. So that's, part of life is try to help, the young ones and whether they like basketball or not, just to exercise.